There she is. The almost birthday girl. Oh, but it seems like I wore my long legs today. What happens if I... Coming up next on All Guts So Gory, a movie that is debatably Nick's craziest performance yet. A movie that sets an amazingly creepy tone that has you looking over your shoulder the whole time. Osgood Perkins' 2024 horror film, Longlegs.
Waiting. What aren't you telling me?
Put the gun down!
I know we're not afraid of a little bit of dark. Because you are the dark.
The mad and macabre.
Oh, what monster could have done this?
I'm just gonna bash your brains. Live or die. Make your choice. Wake up, little girl. Playtime's over.
You don't know what death is.
Sliced and diced.
Welcome to All Guts So Gory podcast, a podcast where horror fans sit, drink, and discuss all things horror. With me today, I have Special Agent Mike, Special Agent Charlie, Special Agent Emily, and myself, Longlegs Justin. This is my pick, so I'm the host. I picked this because it's really creepy, with strong performances and incredible touches that make this pretty solid objectively. The idea, while not 100% original, came off as very fresh. All right, now I'm going to kick it around the table. We're going to introduce our Special Agent Emily a little later, but for right now, when did we see this first? How many times have we seen it? Did we like it? Let's go Charlie first.
So it had been out for a little while. I watched it. Did we see it together?
I think so.
I think we did. But I mean, there was a lot of hype around the movie. And it was one of those movies, one of those rare movies that even the hype didn't do it justice. I mean, it was good.
Okay.
It did not fail to deliver.
Is the one you own or no? Not yet.
I don't know if I own it. I mean, it doesn't have a... I do? Oh. It doesn't have a lot of rewatchability for me.
Okay.
So, I'll probably watch it again.
Gotcha.
Down the...
Okay. All right. Special Agent Emily, here is what I need to know from you. When did you first see this movie? What did we think about it at the time? How many have we seen it since? How many times have we seen it since? Whatever you want to tell us.
So, I first saw the movie opening weekend. I believe it was opening day, but I'm not sure if I could convince my fiance of that. So maybe not, but definitely opening weekend. I've seen it like 6 or 7 times. 6, 7.
6,
but, 7. And, my thoughts at the time were, wow, I really like this movie, and I really like Nick Cage, and what a wonderful entry into his discography.
Exactly.
Nick Cage is the bomb,
Nick F. and Cage.
You even wore your long legs shirt for the occasion today.
Right.
Yes, I did.
And you brought a hand crocheted purse that has his cryptic, codes and stuff on it. Cipher, yeah. So
I brought this ceramic doll with human hair and some orb inside. Is that okay? Was that cool?
Does it have a ball with some kind of...
I knew I was feeling off recently.
Yeah, exactly.
And this axe, is that cool?
So, Special Agent Mike here. That's the last time I'll refer to you guys by your job title. Same question to you. When did you first see it? And how many times have you seen it? What were your impressions of it, etc.?
So this was a first watch this week for me.
What?
I think when it came out, let me start with when you said last week that we were doing Longlegs. I mentioned I hadn't seen it before. And so I had mentioned to my wife, Mary Marie, I was like, hey, do you want to watch a scary movie? And she's like, which one? I said, Longlegs. And she said, is that a spider movie? And that's exactly what I thought when this movie came out. Like, is this about spiders? Like, I didn't know what it was about. And then, like, Nicolas Cage being attached to it. I like Nicolas Cage a lot, like a lot of his movies. He's also done so many movies that I feel like he was just, it's like money grabs at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So And
He
I
has
did
a lot of debt.
I did the
of debt.
did the research. Do you want to
He's clawed
guess?
his way out.
Do you want to guess how many movies he's done in the last 20 years?
Oh, it's like 40.
75?
It's like 40.
65.
60. So that's 3 a year.
I thought I thought John Travolta was doing a lot of garbage. Like Nicolas Cage is blowing him out of the water.
We're gonna have a Nick Cage discussion. So let's save
Okay,
some of your thoughts
fair
for
enough.
this.
So I think I was just like, oh, okay, it's a Nick Cage money grab. A lot of the stuff he's made lately is straight to VOD, like doesn't get watched. Like it's like whatever. I just kind of chalked it up to like I'll hold off until like enough people are like, you really need to see this. I didn't really hear a lot of people being like, this was amazing, this was mind blowing, and I really enjoyed watching it.
Nice.
It's really well done. It's really good. Nicolas Cage is super creepy. You know, I did enjoy this one, but we'll get into more thoughts later.
Yeah.
But it's super creepy.
So
Super, super
you'd
creepy.
seen The Monkey, right?
Yes.
You loved The Monkey.
Love
right?
the Monkey.
So this-
It was
okay.
probably my top movie of 2025.
Okay, so we'll
Hot
get into
take.
Osgood here in a little bit, but great. So everybody, I think universally, well, at this table, liked it. So that's
with
not
taste.
common. It's not common. Sometimes this table is divided, if you will. Like if there's a pieces or
Oh man, it was so good.
Pieces was so. You're
Oh,
the
you're
only
right,
one
you're
out
right.
on
You're the
Pieces.
right, you're right.
Justin.
you said it should have been called masterpieces, but all right. So, as you guys noticed, we have a special, very special guest today. It is, I don't know if I want to spoil the lead here, but it's Charlie's daughter,
Yeah.
Emily.
The one he doesn't talk about.
Wow.
Snap.
Wow.
Shots
Snap.
fired.
Well, he does. He said he just uses the words shamed of and no.
Oh man.
Estranged.
Strange. Yeah, unfortunate. Things like just like words that have, you know, all these connotations to it. All right. I have learned that Emily has listened to most of our episodes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you know the drill. Every new person that comes on, we need to know more about you. And we feel the best way to get to know somebody is not to ask, you know, dumb questions, but to figure out what your top 4 horror movies are. In no particular order, something we like to call the Mount Rush Gore. So take us away. Any notes you want to say on any of the movies are appreciated too.
So this was extremely difficult because I have like just so many.
Yeah.
So after much deliberation, about an hour on my couch writing down all
Right.
of the movies I love, I have, in no order, Hereditary. I think it's just so fun.
What? I've never heard. Okay, I'm going to stop myself from talking. Keep going.
It's such a fun film.
False.
Keep going. It's so fun.
Mispronounced disturbing.
Right.
No, I love it. And I like when she's
Cutting her head off with a piano
yeah.
wire.
That's sick. Like
It's
seeing
awesome.
that for the first time, I was like, oh yes, I love this. And like it really freaked out my fiance Mitchell, which is a plus for me. So like every now and then when I'm being creepy, I'll do like the piano wire like motion. Love it. Love miniatures.
Okay.
So 10 out of 10.
Like in her little designed house.
Oh, yeah.
That's her whole job.
Yeah. Right.
I wish. And then I have Blair Witch. Where's the map?
I threw it in the river.
The original.
It's so good.
Yes, the original.
The Blair Witch Project, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the newer ones.
Mixed bag.
Don't.
You know, not great.
Yeah, I figured I'll just leave it where.
I'll watch, you know, if they put out 100, I'm watching 100 of them. But,
Right.
you know,
Blair Witch speaks for itself. Blair Witch Project, sorry. Speaks for itself.
good.
I feel like it also like has like it's a little topical with today's episode because of marketing. Like the marketing doing a lot of like work for getting people excited for this movie. And my best friend Jada, my maid of honor, her godfather is Michael from Blair Witch Project.
no.
What?
Yes.
No, what?
Yes.
You never told me that.
I've told you that.
You
I have a bad memory.
are way cooler than
Because her
the other
family is
people at
from
the
New
table
York.
right now.
Anyways.
That is awesome.
So
Incredible.
Wait, is Mike's the one who left first?
No, he's the one. Yeah. No, he's the one that kicks the map into the river. That's
Yeah.
He's the one we find in the corner at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Good thing
love
we
it.
did this
So-
networking so we can get a guest,
Exactly.
another guest on our show for our Blair Witch episode.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Now, but who's coming through the door?
It's Mike. Emily, I have to stop you and ask, when were you born?
Oh,
What year?
1997.
So you were 2. Okay. But you don't understand what was the marketing on Blair Witch. We'll talk about that in a whole episode. We'll bring you back.
I
But-
love watching docuseries
Yeah.
on YouTube, so
So
I've
good.
watched
Okay.
plenty of the thought pieces on it. And then for my third one, I have Lake Mungo.
Like Mungo. Okay.
Love Lake Mungo. Like, I like the paranormal in general and like the kind of mockumentary sort of like deal I feel like in other movies is done, but it's not done well. And I think Lake Mungo really captures like what everybody else wants to be. She's the it girl.
Like Mungo's kind of, is it a funnier one or no?
No.
So it's a
not-
found
not-
footage, straight
yeah,
up found
sorry.
footage, right? Okay. Right.
Found footage more than mockumentary.
Have not caught that one.
Oh, it's so good. And then for my fourth one, I have Ringu. So the
original, the OG.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen the American version. I've heard it's really good.
It is.
Didn't know your daughter was so cultured and only watching the originals.
I have some good honorable mentions too, but I really love the Japanese version. It's just really neat. Like Ringu's just fantastic, and yeah, there's a reason why everybody likes it.
So with the Americanized version, they actually bring the same director back, and
Like
just
The Grudge.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's what I was
Grudge.
thinking.
You were
The
thinking
Grudge.
of
They
The
bring
Grudge.
that. Sorry. Scratch that. I am not racist with my movies. That really was a mistake, guys. So, relationship with horror in general, was your dad a big part of that, or talk to me about that?
Yeah, so he used to, when I was really little, he would take me to the theater with him to see horror movies. And I would like see him watching them in the house. But then I played a funny little prank at summer camp where I drew a very scary picture and I acted a little disturbed. And then I was not allowed to watch horror movies anymore. And so I kind of got scared of them for a really long time. Like I thought that like I couldn't handle them. But then, like, in middle school, all my friends forced me to watch all the Paranormal Activities at, like, sleepovers and such. So I got used to them again. And since then, it's just been, I'm watching every single one I can.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very cool. And before we get too far, you have a special connection to this movie.
Yes.
Why don't you let us know, let the audience know, especially Mike, because Mike's the only one that does not know the story.
So, Longlegs had been teased as a project that they were working on for like a year before any promotional material had dropped. All we had was the title of the movie and that Nick Cage is somehow connected. So everybody was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. We have to see what this is going to be. And then they dropped a crazy teaser trailer that included a cipher. And so everybody started like solving this cipher on the Reddit. And
The Reddit.
Drop the
Midwestern, what
It's
can
cleaner.
I say? But like, so the cipher, everybody started solving the cipher, and I kept seeing everything about it, and I saw a lot of the promotional material, and I just fell in love with how they were handling it. So I, in anticipation of seeing it opening weekend, because I had begged to, because I was excited, I crocheted myself a cute purse that uses the cipher on both sides. One side says, Hail Satan. The other one says, Longlegs. And I posted it to my Instagram and I tagged Neon and they liked my post. They commented and they reached out to me via the DMs.
Ooh.
And they asked for my email. And in my email, they asked for my address and my shirt size. So the shirt I'm wearing right now was gifted to me by Neon.
Straight from the
Nice.
production company. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Thought you were gonna say they sent Longlegs to your house.
I was hoping.
Put on my bed.
You're the big winner. A prize from the church. Congratulations.
I was hoping they'd send like a creepy card or something, but
Just a creepy shirt,
just a creepy shirt.
which has
A shirt
Maika
that
Monroe
you probably
holding.
can't get anywhere else. Like, that's pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool. That is cool.
Very awesome. Good
all right,
story.
last question about. I guess we can kind of guess. You mentioned a couple found footages in your Mount Rushmore. Is that typically the genre you're drawn to, or what are we typically drawn to?
Oh,
Like subgenre, I mean, within horror.
pretty much anything that's like, I don't know, a little more disturbing rather than gore or body horror.
Okay. Well, you're on the wrong podcast.
Well, I've gotten into it
yeah,
recently.
yeah.
I just watched all the Saws last year, and like now I'm like way more comfortable with body horror than I used to be. But I would say more like, because I'm not very religious, all the like religious undertone ones are really interesting to me. So like a Longlegs is really interesting. Yeah, I really like those, and
Cool.
and found footage is okay.
Yeah.
Not my
if it's
favorite.
done right, yeah. All right. Are we ready to get into nerd stuff, or do we want to ask Emily any more questions, guys?
Thanks for being here, but let's get into the nerd
Yeah,
stuff.
Nerd stuff. This movie, as mentioned by Emily, was produced by Neon Pictures, right? 2024. It's 101 minutes, so it's a little longer than Mike likes.
No, it's fine.
The running joke is anything over 60 minutes.
90.
90.
90. Tight 90.
And look, if it says it's 101, most of that is credits.
That's true.
That last 11 minutes, probably like 7 minutes of credits, and it's awesome T-Rex needle drop in the credits. So
We're going to talk
Yeah.
about those credits. Those credits were badass too, by the way.
yeah.
No like spoiler or stinger or anything like that. Oh, before we get too far, I do want to tell everybody this is a spoiler full episode. So after the
As
nerd
are
stuff,
all our
let's go
shows.
aheve and turn it off if you don't want to spoil the movie.
Yeah, we've kind of tried to stay away from definitely new movies.
Right.
But like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
25.
24. I don't think have we done any
I
25s
think
yet.
24 might be the.
Yeah.
This might be the new Late Night with the Devil was 23.
Yeah. So we try to give you
So-
plenty of time to watch the films. Where
This is probably the newest movie we've done.
all right. So go watch it and then pick back up where you left off.
Nick Cage the bomb, yo.
Nick Cage is the bomb. 101 minutes, cost less than $10 million and grossed $125-ish
Boom.
million. That is
a success.
success.
Yeah.
They 10 times their money. That's the way they wish every movie was, right? Let's spend $1 and make $10. It's going to be awesome. All right. Generally well received. 7.0 from the IMDb. My personal review on IMDb was an 8. Although watching it again, maybe that goes up, but I'm not sure. 85 tomato, 61 popcorn. So the fans liked it a little less than the critics. So
get that.
so
I don't
if
get that
you
either.
love this movie, you're more of a critic then. Way to be a sellout. There.
The other 38% were expecting a spider movie.
I think
Where's the spiders going to show up?
we're going to talk about that in a second here, but so Metacritic is a 77, so that's super strong for Metacritic.
In the green.
I think, and let's get everybody's thoughts on this. A lot of people went into this thinking it was a Silence of the Lambs, it was a Zodiac, it was just a straightforward serial killer mystery FBI procedural type of thing.
And
Were you
that's
guys
kind
thinking that at first?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it does present itself that
It
way.
kinda-
for
the
most of
marketing does
movie,
present
and it's
itself that
just
way.
Like, holy shit.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, although it was a spider movie.
Okay.
But no,
Anybody but
once
Mike
you,
can
once
answer
you
this
get
question.
once you're 3 minutes into this movie, it's we meet Lee Harker, who's our main protagonist, and she is sitting in a room with a bunch of other FBI agents. She's a young rookie FBI agent, similar to Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
And the head guy is telling all these young people, like, you're about to do the jobs that the old heads don't want to do anymore, knocking on doors.
Right.
Have you seen this person? That kind of stuff. So
So it
that's where
feels
we're
like-
at. So it starts off with like
Procedure.
procedural, and it has that Silence of the Lambs vibe. Like somebody young, female, like getting soon into this
Right,
movie
doing the
assigned
shit
to a high
work.
profile
Dude,
case.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that they leaned into the Silence of the Lambs like marketing tactic, because even on TikTok with all of my favorite horror creators that were sent like promotional things to promote the movie, they got the early screenings and such. A lot of them had, I think, a talking point given to them from Neon to mention Silence of the Lambs, because they all did. So I think Neon might have given them that talking point, and I think it's really just that FBI connection.
I think that's risky though. Sometimes when everybody puts
Right.
all their eggs in the same, like, this is what this movie's going to be, and then all of a sudden you get a a major shift, right? Like they get directed to a barn, and there's, we're going to go into that later, but they find a doll, and it's like everything starts to feel a little different, and maybe supernatural in a weird way, or maybe at least more than a traditional FBI type of film.
Yeah, and I think some people didn't like it because of like the comparison, but I don't think the movie didn't do it. I think the movie did it, but when you're in the same like specific category as Seven and Silence of the Lambs and even True Detective a little bit, like when you're in that category, I think just people were expecting a lot.
True crime, don't mess with true crime heads, right?
Right.
Yeah.
they hold their shit very personal and sacred.
That messed up the popcorn meter.
Yeah,
people are going in there thinking, but you didn't get a lot from the previews. I mean, it was like it was wide open. It could be anything except that they were saying, so Silence of the Lambs kind of in the same ballpark.
Has anybody seen the miniseries The Outsider on HBO?
Have not.
It's it's kind of similar in a way where it presents a problem where Jason Bateman's in it, and basically he's arrested for these horrible crimes against kids, but there's videotape of him across the country in a different spot, right? So it presents a puzzle, right? And it's a straightforward puzzle, but then if the solution is like, you're no longer on the same page, you're no longer in the same book, it's a different thing that seems kind of cheating in a weird way.
Yeah,
sometimes
people were expecting the paranormal aspect and twist of it at the end, and they're like, maybe it brought him down, but that just made it better.
I loved it. Yeah. I loved it.
It makes it unique, right?
What?
It makes it unique, like its own movie. Instead of everyone walking out and saying, "Oh, that was a Silence of the Lambs ripoff," you add some extra elements in there that are not related to Silence of the Lambs at all.
Remotely.
It becomes its own thing. It becomes Osgood Perkins' own project.
Right. I agree 1,000,000%. Loved it.
So you can pay homage to other things, but you still got to make it your own, and that's what he did. He didn't rip anything off.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys have thought he cheated for the explanation for these murders, that, there's no person in there, whatever, turn this off maybe. No, keep listening. We're going to bring you to our side. Let's talk about cast and crew a little bit. Start with Maika Monroe, a podcast favorite.
Yes.
We loved It Follows. She's done several creepy films. She grew up loving the horror genre. She was in The Guest with Dan Stevens. It Follows was a breakout role. Tao, Villains, The Watcher, and she was going to be in They Follow too. So loved her performance in this. I always look forward to seeing her. What are your guys' thoughts on Maika?
I mean, she's good. I mean, there's a lot of good actors out there. She's not like,
okay.
I love It Follows.
We'll find most of the podcast favorite.
There's a sequel, They Follow.
Yeah.
This was coming out. She's great in this movie, but I mean,
okay.
She's no Nick Cage.
Emily.
I think she's an icon. She's a legend.
Okay.
She's a modern day scream queen along with Justin Long.
We love
You are like welcome to come back to any episode you want, because basically you're saying what Mike and I believe.
Like, I love Maika Monroe. Her Instagram is fantastic. Like, she's beautiful. I love her.
Oh, is she beautiful? I didn't notice.
She's really good in this. She's a character with many different layers.
Oh yeah,
that she's got to play, and seemed like it'd be a tough role to play. She nailed it. In my opinion.
Yeah, many layers. We'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah,
onion or parfait.
Parfait.
I love parfaits more than onions.
About an onion parfait.
I would love to meet somebody that's like,
parfait. Hell no, I don't want no parfait.
Give me an onion. All right, there's this other guy named Nick Coppola. Wait, no. Nick Cage is in this movie too. Nick effing Cage? Is that what you say?
Motherfucking Cage.
Nick mother effing. Okay.
Right now he's my favorite.
Let's talk about
sleeping on Nick Cage for the first 20 years of his career. But I mean, since he's our just movie milling his last decade and a half, it's just unbelievable.
It's awesome. He turned into like this, almost like a baseball player, where it's like you want to get on base, you want to hit 275, right? That's like the new batting average you want to hit. That's probably
the new
what
batting average is like 220. Unfortunately.
So let's talk about early
If
career.
you bat 280 and hit 10 homers, there's not a spot for you in Major League Baseball. If you bat 175 and belt 40 homers, they're like, sign this $50 million contract.
There'll never be another 400
Stupid.
hitter.
Right, because it's not
No,
incentivized. Right.
God, no.
Never.
So, all right. Stop me if you've heard any of these. Face Off, Con Air, National Treasure, Raising Arizona, The Rock. Those are just the non-horror ones.
Those
His-
are his early, when he was a star,
Right.
Academy Award winner after Moonstruck. You
No,
know,
it's Leaving
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas,
was it,
yeah.
I thought it was Moonstruck.
No, Leaving
No,
Las
Cher
Vegas.
was
Cher
nominated for...
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless.
All right, so horror
Those
films.
are more Oscars.
Just in the horror genre, and there's more. Longlegs, Mandy, Willy's Wonderland, Mom and Dad, Wicker Man remake, Arcadian. My question to the group: what's our favorite type of Nick Cage? Not necessarily a favorite movie. If you want to give it, do it. But here's your options: action hero, revenge protagonist, expert protagonist, meaning like Knowing, Gone in 60, National Treasure, things like that. Horror protagonist, heartthrob slash everyman, or bad guy.
Jesus. Can you repeat that?
Okay,
No,
yeah.
no, please don't. No.
No,
All of
I'm
the
just
above.
giving, yeah.
Act-
So, like, he's played so many, he's had, like, several movies in each of those, is what I'm getting at.
I like expert action hero, which he's both
They
in
do,
the,
yeah.
the Rock. He is an expert scientist and he's an FBI agent, and then also has to become this action hero to like save the day from these badass military guys that have kept all these hostages on Alcatraz after, you know, those guys kill the military guys that came in to try to get the situation under control. Anyway,
Is that your favorite Nick
the
Cage
Rock
movie?
is by a mile my favorite Nick
Okay.
Cage performance. Also features my guy Michael Bean in the
Sean
Rock
Connery?
and Sean Connery. Michael Bean is in the Rock,
actor, Sean
but
Connery.
yeah. But no, The Rock by a mile is my favorite Nick Cage movie. And I think that's where it was born, that he would either have like bad punchlines before he'd kill someone, or before someone would get killed, or after someone dies, there's like a punchline you got to throw out. And I think it's also what the gif or the meme of Nick Cage is, where he's going to say something really quietly, but then end it with an exclamation point. Like, you know, that's started that like in
I
The
got
Rock.
trivia on that.
No, let's get everybody's answer, and then we'll end with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Emily, what's your favorite kind of role you want to see Nick Cage in?
I really like when he plays an expert on something like Mike, because he has a naturally pompous way of speaking.
Yeah.
Like kind of
It's kind of an expert hairline, too. Like, you know?
yes, that hairline says he has spent hours researching something.
And, like, pushing it back, you know?
Yes.
I think it's getting filled in.
All right, yeah. like-
I think because of, you know, my age, specifically National Treasure is like
It's good.
That's on
people
my
my
top
age,
three
that's
as well.
like their
That's
bread and
Sa-
butter.
Sarah, you know Sarah, and she loves the National Treasure movies. They could make 7 of them. and
That's
she
my
would be there
favorite
for all
Nick
of them,
Cage
yeah.
genre. National Treasure.
I'm at the agree with you guys. It's what, you know, got him in all his money problems. All
Oh,
those movies made
it
him
is.
so much money.
right.
He just went out and bought 15 castles. And sorry, Nick, but
You know what?
I love Nick Cage. Like I said, he can do no wrong.
Oh, he can do wrong.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
There's an asterisk on what you're
Okay,
about to say.
okay.
So, Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my
Probably
life.
worse than Martyrs.
It's definitely worse than Martyrs.
Way worse than Martyrs. Except
Except
Nick Cage's performance.
Okay.
Oh, he nailed it.
he wasn't.
The only good thing in that movie.
You could tell that Nick Cage wasn't in the same city as everyone else
No.
in Jiu-Jitsu.
Bro was on vacation somewhere
Right.
in Spain. They flew in a set. Some costume people. And okay, Nick,
There's
we're
movies
rolling.
like Next and Jiu-Jitsu where I'm like, don't ever watch it. But wait, do watch it so we can talk about how you felt when you watched it.
Right.
I love the Family Man Nicolas
Yeah, I
Cage
love
too.
it.
He's
We watch that
great.
movie
Like
frequently.
Family Man's a good movie. Face Off is, you know,
It's in my top 3 as well.
Probably one of the best ones.
The Rock,
fine.
Face Off, National Treasure.
Right.
That Dream movie was really good.
I didn't see that one.
It
My
was
son
so
did.
good because it's like you get the best of all of Nick Cage because he's in so many different dreams where he gets to like play different characters.
So it plays off of this a little bit.
Yeah, so
okay.
there's like a scary dream where he's more horror.
Nice.
There's like him as his main character is more of like he's a professor, he's a college professor. So you get like the intelligent Nick Cage that we like and like, oh my gosh, that movie is wonderful.
I'm going to watch this soon then because my son watched it and he said it was good. What about the meta one? What about meta Nick Cage where he's self-aware and what's that, the overwhelming bearing?
Massive, overwhelming weight of massive talent.
Yeah, something like that. I thought it was good. Really
That
good.
was so good.
Okay. No more.
Are those the guns from was it Snake Eyes? He goes, I'll give you $75,000 for them. You know he can't afford it.
And he's bidding against no one.
That
He
movie
threw out a
was
number that was
great.
like, okay, it was so good. All right, you mentioned trivia.
Okay, so Mike brought up that his, he has an acting.
Yeah, his
style.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, like you're gonna get Nick Cage in every character that Nick Cage plays.
Sure.
You can't get around that. He's not a method actor. He's not gonna really change who he is. So because of that quiet and loud thing, the director was doing an interview and said that Nick Cage possesses this power, this ability that no other actor he's ever heard of has. So the sound guy came to him and he's like, I don't know what he's doing, but okay, so you know how we have levels?
Spikes, yeah.
There's the top level, there's the bar. If you're any louder than that, it'll start making noises and you have to redo the audio.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bottom bar that if you go below it, the mic won't pick you up. And he has this ability when he does this quiet and loud, he hits right below or right above the bottom line, top line every single time.
I wish.
I was like, I've never seen anybody else get even close to doing that. But he just knows how to do it.
I wish this was a video podcast so you guys could see the glimmer in Charlie's eyes when he's talking about it. Like, it's like he's crying. I think he's just like he's in love.
I just want, like his first half of his career was great. Like he's playing the character in those movies that everyone kind of knows him for and likes him for, and those are going to be his top 5 movies. But I just root for him when he comes out in Longlegs, which was a viral sensation. You knew it was going to be a big movie. And what was
Pig?
Pig
was good. It's like
it was really good. So I kind of root for him to kind of get those movies back.
right.
But I don't know if he's ever going to really.
He's never going to be
get
like
those again.
like a Marvel type. Like he's never going to be like that Robert Downey Jr. where it's
He
like
could be.
right. He could be, but I
You
don't
could
think
put him
he
into
will
the
be.
Iron Man role, and I think he'd do just
He was
as
Ghost Rider.
well
Ghost
as.
Rider didn't do it for you,
Yeah,
Justin?
Ghost
It didn't do it for about 80 million people. I don't
No.
I actually put that on my list of favorite Nick Cage
Really?
movies.
Okay. While we're on it, I mean, you mentioned The Rock, and what else did we mention as our
National
favorites?
Treasure.
National Treasure, and
For me?
Yeah?
Yeah, it would probably be National Treasure. More National Treasure than The Rock.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I like Gone in 60 Seconds a lot, but I like
It
the
was pretty
supporting
good.
cast.
Right, it was
Willie's
an
characters
ensemble.
around it as well.
Oh, my God.
It's like
I mean-
there's not as much Nick Cage in it, but the supporting characters around.
So we're going to have to do
a
Willie's
lot of
Wonderland.
fun.
Like, if you haven't seen that movie, Nick Cage has zero
Words.
dialogue
Right.
in that movie. And the only actor who could pull it off.
Here's what I'll say. Like
Really?
Charlie and
Daniel
I,
Day-Lewis couldn't do it?
Nope.
No, he couldn't.
No.
no, he could.
He's too method.
because he can't be. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen the first 10 minutes of There Will Be Blood, which
Yeah.
there's no words, but you're not getting Daniel Day-Lewis. You're
Okay.
getting that character.
I-
Nick Cage can go a whole movie, no words, and you're getting his character and Nick Cage.
And he carries the movie.
do you want to
And
come out on
Like the punching he does when he's playing the pinball machine, that's him doing loud
right?
and then quiet.
Here's what I will say, because I don't want anybody to think we're saying Nick Cage is better. Well, I'm not saying Nick Cage is better than Daniel Day-Lewis, but I think Nick Cage can match the tone of a movie like Willy's Wonderland
Yeah.
better than Daniel Day-Lewis.
We're splitting hairs.
Right.
I mean, Nick Cage has won an Oscar for acting. He can act his ass
he
off.
has.
We know
I don't
this.
think I wouldn't say there's any actor ever that was
Like him?
I wouldn't say Nick Cage is the best actor that's ever lived.
Please
Once
don't.
you get to a stratosphere of acting and credits and just a body of work, I mean, he's Nicolas fucking Cage.
They didn't ask Daniel Day-Lewis to do 65 movies in the last 20 years, did they?
Because he retired. Okay, we're going to move past this. All right. So, there's other people in this movie, believe it or not, guys. I don't know if you knew this. So, one person, Blair Underwood. Always great to see Blair Underwood. Blair Underwood is... There's no other way to put this. This is an attractive man. This is a heartthrob from the 90s.
Thirst trap.
I only know this because my wife is very aware of how handsome Blair Underwood is. I think he had a small arc in Sex and the City, but he was also on LA Law for 147 episodes.
You said Lost. I was going to lose my mind.
He might have been. What sucks is like he's from that generation where it's like TV actors didn't make lead actors in movies. I think George Clooney and things like that kind of made that a viable pathway. But do you guys have any thoughts on Blair Underwood or keep going?
No,
I don't.
first time I'd heard of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know
Every
who he
time I
was.
see him, it's a treat. Like,
Right.
he's just a wonderful actor, and I think the character he plays is amazing. Like, I think every single character in this movie is wonderful, which is hard to say for
Plays
every
a-
other movie.
He plays it's what seems like a good dad and husband and boss and just all around good guy. The only other person actor-wise I'm going to talk about is Kiernan Shipka. She had a very small role in this, but still kind of a standout. This is Sabrina. This is Mad Men, and recently a Totally Killer movie.
Yeah, that Draper girl can really act.
That Draper girl, she knows how to make an old-fashioned. And
Yeah.
right.
And she's pleased as peaches.
Oh my gosh. Anybody have a favorite quote? She told me to go jumpsies off this roof. I don't know what we were going for. Is that a Virginia? Is that a Maryland thing? What is that? What are we trying to go there?
I don't know.
You're
I heard
from
she
that
did
area.
that entire monologue in one take.
I mean, it was good. I mean, it was creepy. It was like
Killed it.
she's in a trance and saying things that are,
She's in a flow state, as the kids say.
as the kids say, she's aura farming.
No.
Is that what they say? No, but like she's a smaller person, so like the idea of if he's told me to choke you with my hands, I'd do it right now. Like it's coming off as creepier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was good, and then obviously we can't go to the next part without talking about Osgood Perkins, who masterclass on this movie. I think known for Gretel and Hansel, Longlegs, Monkey, and the Keeper. I loved Longlegs, I loved the monkey, and I liked Keeper. I actually just watched that to prepare for this episode. Thoughts on Osgood Perkins?
I don't.
Oh yeah,
I don't recipe
I'm going to
chili.
remind Charlie who Osgood Perkins. I just did. I just did.
Yeah.
Did you like the
got some
monkey?
good- I like the monkey.
Did you see Keeper yet? Not yet.
No, not yet.
All right.
I think he has
Yeah.
wonderful clothes. I think he was great in Legally Blonde.
That's right.
Yeah, he's had
He
an acting
was
career
one
before
of
he got into
that's
movie
right.
making. Yeah.
So I don't know where to fit this in, but like he is the son of Norman Bates,
Anthony
aka
Perkins.
Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins was in that genre where gay was bad, right? So like he was married, he had a beard, if you will, he had a wife, and Osgood Perkins drew a lot of the thoughts to this movie based on that closeted relationship and the lies that we tell and the things that we tell our kids not to see, if you will. So there's a lot of deep stuff that Osgood threw into this movie, and learning that makes me like the movie even more, right?
Yeah. Just a horrible like family history for him. Anthony Perkins, he passed away of age-related illnesses in the early 90s, and his mom died in one of the planes
Freaking
at the North
9/11.
Tower on 9/11.
in one of the planes.
Holy shit!
So
I did not
talk
know
about a traumatic
Right. All over the place.
experiences
Dramatic.
growing
Yeah,
up.
good
Holy
good
shit.
pull. I would have forgot to mention that, but yeah, thank you. Question before we go into the movie too hard. I think horror, the genre, is in great hands right now. Let me throw out some names out there. We got Zach Krager, Oz Perkins, Jordan Peele, James Wan, Mike Flanagan, Andy Muschietti, Fede Alvarez, and Ari Aster with Ty West and things like that. Like Any thoughts on the future of horror?
I think the fact that I recognize like 3 or 4 of those
That's impressive,
names is only because of this podcast and
Right.
how much you guys talk about them. I think horror is in. I mean, it's like we did that one mini about 1993. Oh my God, how did horror survive the
Dude,
90s?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that was like, it was just sequel this, sequel that, and they were all garbage. And yeah,
And
it's
being,
great.
It's being passed down. Like Brandon Cronenberg's directing movies from legendary David Cronenberg, his son. So like, it's being passed down through generations, and it's becoming more mainstream. And it's getting the last 2 Oscars, the last 2 Academy Awards, with like The Substance getting nominations 2 years ago. This time around, Sinners getting nominated.
What, like only like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, 16
Record
times. I mean,
number of
and even some other
nominations.
movies like Frankenstein and Ugly Stepsister, like some other movies. Like it's getting more recognition mainstream than it had.
The Bride's coming out
in a long time.
next weekend, I think.
I'm excited for the
Mike?
future of horror. I think surviving through as a young girl the early 2000s horror, where it was all like just like overly sexualized, I do like the return to more thoughtful horror, and horror has always been a place where people say something. So I'm happy that we're returning to that, saying something with a movie, even in a genre that not everybody watches.
Right. I think during college, I did some kind of history of horror on paper where it broke down the different decades and what was prevalent and how that made its way into horror movies, right? I couldn't tell you what they were at this point because that was a long time ago. But Emily's right. I mean, this is a good, safe place to say something, but you're masking it a little bit with these horrible things that are happening in the movie too, right? So,
But I also like a good slumber party massacre. I'm not
Who
gonna lie.
doesn't?
right.
Prom night's a top 10 for me.
I think like I'm gonna piggyback on Emily a little bit here, where it was like some of the 90s and 80s horror films were very exploitative of like let's just
extremely.
get especially on how they wrote female characters and this stuff, and I think they've done a good job of course correcting on that.
As we have discussed several times on this movie, I'm not a fan of the category Final Girl. All right. So, they use the term girl for grown women, and, like Sidney Prescott, what was she like in high school? So you could maybe say girl. But most of the time, these are grown-ass women, and
Halloween, they're all in
it
high
gives them
school.
no credit. I mean, they're just... And the movies... they were built that way. They get no credit. They're just running around doing all the wrong stuff, and then somehow they survive. So it's kind of shitty that way. But now I can't remember the exact point I was going for because we had the mic problems and we had to take a little break.
I always have a problem with Mike.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah. So movies today are. Back in the 80s, it was Final Girls, and there had to be nudity. Right. There had to be nudity in the horror movies. They're not doing that today. I mean,
Right.
It's not that anymore. And they're making really good movies, so it was never really needed.
Yeah, even in the cheap jump scare ones, like, your Conjuring or Insidious, like, those are cheap jump scare horror, in my opinion. I think you're still not seeing that, like, over sexualization or like cheap way to get butts in seats, like attitude
First of all,
towards
how
women.
dare you besmirch the name of Insidious? No, just
Oh, I love Insidious. That's like
I'm kidding. I know what you mean.
I sat down and watched the first one for the first time, like I think 2 years ago with Mitchell, and we watched every single one after that. Like we love.
That's a
Insidious.
commitment right there.
Conjuring, no. Sorry, Atticus.
I can't
do it.
I don't know what it is, but like each one is a diminishing return for me with Conjuring. All right. Is that all we got to say before we get into this movie?
That's all I got to say about that.
Nick
about
Cage won a
Vietnam.
Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Supporting Actor for his performance.
Thank you for finding that information.
And then basically it was Longlegs, one word, Longlegs, was nominated for a lot of stuff, but lost basically to Sinners for a lot of stuff.
Best Spider movie?
Cinematography, Best Director for Osgood Perkins, Best Lead Performance for Maika Monroe, lost to Demi Moore for The Substance, Best makeup and effects, Lost to the Substance. Best score, Lost to Sinners. Best wide release film, Lost to Sinners. So tough year. Sinners.
Yeah, F you,
and
Sinners.
The Substance dominated
Wait,
a lot of
Sinners
stuff,
is 25?
Fangoria is
Oh,
different
that's
than
right.
the
It's that
Oscars.
board.
Yeah.
It straddles the
They
2
nominate
years.
in July, so they go from like 24 to 25, and then 25 to 26. Yeah.
If it was a typical calendar year, then I think they would have had their own world to be like to dominate each, right?
Sure.
All right. So, what was this movie about? We haven't talked a single bit about this movie. An FBI agent with psychic sensitivity investigates a series of ritualistic family murders connected by cryptic letters signed Longlegs, leading her into a decades-old satanic conspiracy and a horrifying personal revelation. That's fine enough. Wrap up. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. As always, I like to try to break this down into a few bite-sized pieces and talk about our favorite scenes within. Let's do this. We start off in the 1970s. We basically have what looks like maybe a slide projector. What's the word? Aperture that I'm looking for.
Good word.
Aperture is a good word, right? So it's a square, right? So it shows a car pulling up, and there's a young lady outside, a young girl, 9 years old, we find out later, and a stranger coming up and talking to her. And he says what I said at the beginning. There she is, the almost birthday girl. Oh, but it seems like I wore my long legs today. What happens if, and then cuts into character, or cuts into the screen, and then immediately cuts away to the title card. Amazing start to this movie.
Yeah,
Right.
opening scenes like crack.
Right.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Somebody, like, we talk a lot about universal fears on this movie, on this podcast, and somebody coming up to your children that seems menacing is a universal fear by far. Mike's got 2
100%.
little ones. Mine are 16 now, so they'd probably like flick them off and run or something like that. But Charlie's been there too.
Yeah,
It's like,
I completely agree. That's
those are
it's one of those fears that is something's going to happen to one of your kids. Is just you can't really explain that to somebody who doesn't have kids, because somebody told me that, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And then you have kids, and it's like,
right. What you looking at, person?
yeah,
Like-
it's hard to describe.
Right,
Yeah,
you
but
want to
yeah, I get
isolate them, you want to put them in a bubble, but also you need them to socialize, but you want to keep them in that bubble, and it's like this whole thing. Don't talk to strangers. But yeah, and this guy is the strangest of strangers. I mean, we
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
how much he's strange, but like we know he's a strange fella.
Yeah, and I think like just that opening of him going down hands on knees is very effective, because during the marketing it was like not showing his face.
Yeah.
You have no clue what he looks like, and then you finally get a glimpse, but it is just a glimpse.
It's a frame.
So you blink, you miss
you
it. Yeah.
still don't know what he looks like, and it adds even more unease.
Right. Everything about how it was cropped is making it seem drawn out too, right? It's making him seem like a long legs type of person, right? So it's clever. The whole thing is clever, and that's why I give Osgood or Oz. Are we calling him Osgood or Oz the whole time? What do we?
Osgood.
How about OG? Can we call him OG? No. All right. Anyway, now we jump straight ahead to 1990s. And how do we know it's 1990s, guys?
Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton's on the wall in the FBI office.
Slick Willie's on the wall there.
Which is just like Silence of the Lambs. Like, 'cause
Exactly.
there's-
Yeah. What? It was a Bush on the Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah.
or was it Bush Senior? Right? Or
Yeah, I
who
think
was
it was
it?
Yeah,
Bush
it had to
Senior.
be.
So that's George H.W.
Yep.
Right. Anyway, so we got Clinton on the wall here. We know it's 1995-ish. Later on in the movie, they pitched this as kind of a big reveal that like she was connected and all this. The audience knew at this point this was Lee, right? This was the same person,
I
right?
don't
No,
know.
not at all.
I didn't. It doesn't really say
For some reason, I assume
who it is, and you
That's-
don't really know anything until you see the house later on.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think is the first.
maybe I did some assumptions then.
Yeah,
You
I
did.
think maybe it's because you watch so many movies you were thinking that way.
Yeah, you kind of see through.
Like
some
the
of
hair
things.
is a little bit darker, the face shape's a little bit different. Like I think they did a good enough job of casting a little girl that kind of looks like Maika Monroe without like same, so you could have that
Okay.
plausible deniability.
So later on, like a lot of the audience then watching this is like, oh my gosh, that was at the girl at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of birthday talk around some of the characters.
Okay.
I think maybe, I don't know, halfway point, a little before that, somewhere in there, I'd said something to Mary when we were watching it. Like, there's a lot of birthday talk between like about the girls and the daughters, and like, Lee talking about now her birthday coming up, and it's just like, and I think I might have mentioned like, is she the little girl from the beginning? Well, we don't know yet, but could be.
Okay.
Like guessing as we're watching it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just like something that like sometimes I'm watching these things and an instant thought pops in and I just run with it, right? So maybe it was one of those where, oh, this is so I guess in the audience's mind, something horrible could have happened in that moment at the first scene, right?
Mhm.
This was an abduction.
Yeah.
This was something. Okay.
yeah, like we're
regardless-
seeing Longlegs' first thing
Yeah.
that started all of it.
Okay. So I don't remember. Was it Mike? Were you mentioning we get to the FBI? We start to hear about one of her. She's new. She's new to the
Yeah.
FBI. We learn Lee Harker is new to the FBI, and she's putting on grunt work. Let's canvass the streets. Let's knock on doors. Nobody dreams of knocking on doors, but let's do it. Let's talk. Who wants to jump in and talk about this scene with their partner?
I mean, did not see that coming.
Oh,
I mean, she kind of
she says
has
it's
a
that
premonition.
one.
It's like, it's
Yeah.
that house, 3525. It's that one. And partner's like, goes up, agrees to go, knock on the door. And he gets like 2 words out, like, hi, FBI. And then boom,
Boom.
blown away. She's a little bit back. And then she goes in, pulls out her gun, starts, searching the house, which is draped in plastic for whatever reason.
Dexter.
Creepy as shit. Dexter. Yes, either they're doing some painting or like sanding or something.
You don't want to get blood all over everything.
It's a blood.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's what I gathered. Not wanting to get blood all over stuff. But yeah, all the plastic. And then she catches the guy just sitting on the bed.
So
Don't
why were
move,
they?
and
I
he's
can't
like,
remember.
won't.
Why were they there for that guy?
Basically,
know.
This was a different case.
Yeah.
This was
it's a
not the Longlegs
canvassing.
case
It's
yet.
a canvassing thing. There's a killer that is missing, and for some reason they've narrowed it down to certain neighborhoods, but they don't have enough manpower to search. But they are warned that he is armed and dangerous, which obviously he was armed. Shoots the guy.
Clearly dangerous.
But then she goes in and apprehends him with his hands up on the bed. So what's happening here, guys? Is this just a...
I like to call it women's intuition.
Okay.
Maybe Lee isn't psychic and she just has women's intuition.
Oh, I mean, how about both?
How about both? She says.
How about both? I'm going to go with both.
Because she beats that test, and she also is like, it's that house. Like all these other houses, she's like, it's that one.
Here,
Yeah.
after this arrest, one of my favorite tropes in any movie is like a secret department dedicated to picking out psychically gifted people, and you cannot ever make me dislike this. Like, she's put in a room, she doesn't know what she's there for. Basically, they're doing tests on her to see if she's clairvoyant or psychic. Thoughts on this, guys?
We do the same thing in budget and finance. We put people in a room with they can't see the screens on the computers. They can pick out the one with the spreadsheet clearly visible.
Kind of feels a little Severance like, where it's like, stare at the numbers long enough and you'll pick up something. But yeah, I love that. Hey, we need to identify who has these gifts and use it to our benefit, right?
Yeah.
So to that end, they put her on the highest profile case they have, which is a 30-year-old case, basically, where it's like same pattern. A father murders his family and then himself, right?
Yep. 10 of these in 30 years.
Yeah. And there's always the note. So they
There's
know
always a
tied
note
together.
signed Longlegs with the
Signed
ciphers.
Longlegs.
30 years this guy been doing it.
Which they did.
I guess it takes 3 years to make one of those dolls.
Takes a while. Those are nice dolls. All right.
Sphere.
So funny line. I'll jump in with a funny line. You beat the number generator 8 times. She says, I also didn't do it 8 times. I guess half a psychic's better than no psychic.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked it. Okay. Pop in your hand up or anything if you want to say anything at this point. Are we go?
I will say I don't know her name off the top of my head, but the other agent that was driving,
Sure.
when she's like, I don't know if she's ready for this yet. Well, she is an FBI agent.
Right.
That was just like one nitpick. Like I was rewatching it today and I heard that. I was like, okay. And I wrote it down
Right.
immediately. I was like,
No.
well, she is an FBI agent that just saw her partner get shot,
Right.
but sure.
Yeah.
It's very much Clarice Starling, though. It's very like, this is bigger. This case should be normally done by decorated agents that have been in 10, 15, 20 years, right? But is she ready for this, right?
Yeah.
We go to that theme a few times. Actually, coming up, the first one of the crime scenes she goes to, I think the coroner, whoever it was, are we sure she's ready for this kind of thing? There's a lot of that protecting her from that.
Yeah.
So,
but before we get there, then we get Carter explaining this case, and she's looking at the file on the red floor, and she's putting everything out and falls asleep because she's looking at everything for so long. And
jumping back to that part, she's handed the case files basically by somebody or by the agents that are like, we've gone over this for 30 years. We've got no leads. We've got no clues on this. See what your psychic ass can do about this, right? So she, like you said, she arranges like dates on the floor and she puts ciphers on the wall and she just really stares into it. So, yeah. What was the quote? There's such a thing as looking too long.
Yeah, that's what Carter tells her.
Yeah, and there's a screen grab that was released. I think it was part of one of the original trailers that actually showed footage from the movie that I think helped solve the cipher. It gave us the letter G because it was one of the letters that was on the board that she's looking at.
Okay, I forgot your little private eye with your, ciphering, during the... Did you solve the ciphering during the marketing thing or no?
No, I let others do it. I'm bad at personally solving ciphers. But it was a simple one. I think it was like a standard cipher where it's just a letter replacement, and then it was one that starts with V that I can't think of. That some of them are where it's a little more complex.
Venereal. Wait, no, that's not right.
God, damn.
But I think it was
hot. God.
I think it was solved like pretty quickly. Once we had a little bit more, like everybody was like, boom.
Yeah, so she, like Mike said, she fell asleep on the floor. Then Blair Underwood's character comes in. What was his name? Does anybody have that?
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter's like, let's get a drink. They chat a little bit more about just life at the bar, and then meets the family.
Yeah,
drives them home, meets the family. Hey, come in and meet my family. Do I have to? Yes, you have to.
I like when they pull up and he's like, uh-oh, the lights are on. I'm busted.
I'm not going to say I've felt that way before because that would be true.
But then we meet the family.
Back at the bar, though, there was an interesting moment that I noticed today. Like,
Today years old.
But they're talking about the case at the bar, and I believe it's Carter that mentions that there may be an accomplice, and Lee actually has like a pause. Like it's like her brain is doing the active erasing of the knowledge that she has about the whole situation, and I thought that was like really interesting. Like she like acknowledges maybe an accomplice, and then as soon as she's saying it, it's gone. Like like the limiter kicks in.
Yeah, stop thinking about that. Yeah. No, yeah, I think it may have been her that, like, I don't understand how it's possible. He must have an accomplice or something, someone they trust. Is that all at the bar or is that later?
That's at the bar.
Okay, so someone they trust, like a child or somebody like, that's great point. Sorry.
Is it, do they talk, when they're talking about the case where they're talking about, like, there's no, other than the note, there's no evidence that anyone is ever there.
There's no forced entry. There's no evidence of anyone else there.
He's not doing anything. He's not planning killing people and planting a gun, making it look like a suicide. We just know there's somebody there because they're leaving a note.
And here, that's
all the weapons were already inside the house or like in a shed.
Yeah,
the shotguns were registered to the owner, not like it was something different.
Yeah. So this is, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about earlier. This is a great puzzle to solve, right? Like, how is somebody doing this if there's no sign of forced entry, if there's anything, and then So I get where the true crime people that are coming in thinking it's one way are like, this better have a logical, reality-based explanation.
Right.
But, I mean...
Yeah.
I think it has a logical one too. Like usually in cases where it's like no forced entry, oh, the person was let in.
Right. There's a lot. Yeah. True. Okay. So once again, no physical evidence. Everything's signed Longlegs. And that's where we're at kind of right now, right at the end of Act 1. We get to, she's in her weird cabin that she lives in and by herself.
Which a FBI agent of her stature today could not afford.
I mean, it's got, right. I mean,
Probably.
I was wondering if anyone else was going to bring that up because it has like a Frank Lloyd Wright-esque
I mean,
modern cabin build to it.
You were about her age in 95. Could you have afforded that?
No. Hell no.
Well, it seems like it's on someone else's property too, and maybe it was like built by like people with their hands and stuff, and maybe it was like a family thing.
It's Oregon, so.
Oregon, nothing lives in Oregon, right?
Drugs.
There's drugs in Oregon. Anyway,
Trees,
so
drugs.
she makes one of the only mistakes that, well, there's a few, but basically she sees a figure in the forest, runs out, leaves the door wide open like one does, right?
Yep.
Comes back in, sees a letter that must have been written while he's at the desk because it was still wet, but that's where we're at. Real quick, did anybody know there were 10 devil shots in this movie?
Yes.
I saw one.
I
didn't know there were
started seeing. When I saw
First
it
watch, you see
first,
like 2 of them, maybe.
I
at
was
most.
like, did I just see that? And then afterwards, and then I think was like the third one. And I was like, oh, that's definitely there. I wonder if I missed others. And then I found out, like, yeah,
There's
it's
10.
in the background several
There's 10. And,
times.
like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like the shots are very much focused on, like, it's all peripheral, right? It's all in stuff that like you're not supposed to be
I
focusing on to
love
see it.
that.
It's great.
You know, like in Strangers, when Liv's in the kitchen and she doesn't know that they're in the house yet, and you see that one guy in the mask come out from the hallway behind her, and like you said, like it wasn't focused on him. Like you don't,
Right.
you see this in every single movie, comedy. It's a common shot. But when you see something like creep out like that, that's something I think should happen more often, frankly.
I mean, we've seen enough horror movies that the shot of Lee sitting there talking to her mom on the phone and the kitchen doors behind her, I was staring into the kitchen that entire time.
Exactly.
And then he wasn't there. He was in the other corner.
Right.
He uses, like, Osgood Perkins uses a lot of great negative space, which makes you, like I said in the intro, look over your shoulder the whole time or watch for something to come out of it. Maybe it's a taller shot or a wider shot than you're expecting. So you're looking, it forces you to look around. And
Especially in a horror movie.
Right.
I feel like Mike Flanagan does that as well. Like,
Well, Mike
especially
Flanagan with
Hill
House.
House.
Yeah.
So I feel like since Hill House, everybody is constantly watching the backgrounds.
Right.
And I feel like directors are aware of that. And so, like, with the kitchen, him putting it in a different corner, like, I think he knew, like,
Right.
oh, everybody's looking for ghosts because Hill House.
Right.
I'm going to put it in a different corner where you're not expecting it. Like,
Or just
Still
give
there,
you
but-
nothing, right? Or make you
Right.
focus. Like, there's a scene where they're going into the barn and it deliberately stays on the opening to the barn, to the outside, and nothing comes out of there. But, like, I'm captivated by this nothing, right?
Right.
So, anyway, so basically she gets her code, or what do they call it with the cipher when there's a key? Is
A
that
key.
what it is?
Yeah.
The key. So she's able to translate that now. That brings us to what... There's a title card that says it changes to chapter 2, right?
Yep.
Essentially. She uses that to reference the Bible, to get the rest of what she needs, right? The whole time, I have to mention this because she's a huge character in there. Alicia Witt, I'm sorry I didn't bring her up earlier, but she's the mom, and I think she plays an awesome,
Mom?
disturbed mom in this one. Right, yeah. She's just, there's like 3 screws loose in this person's head, right? Not 1, but 3, right?
At least.
You may know her if you're a sci-fi person as the little girl in Dune that says,
And how can this be? For he is the quiz-eyed cider-eyed.
That is exactly who she is, and she's had bit parts ever since.
You know, all the kids are like, she's not Zendaya. Because they don't know
Right, the
Dune came
original
out
Dune.
originally a long
The
time
Lynch version of Dune. But yeah, she's a gifted musician. She's just a talented actress, and she's had a lot of bit parts, and this was maybe a renaissance, or what do we call this? She's jumping back in.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it. LL Cool J would say, "Don't call it a comeback." But yeah, so we know that not only is Lee a little different. One thing I was listening to says her character is autistic coded, and that just means displaying characteristics that are similar or that are in line with somebody that has autism. So I can see that with Lee.
a little. I don't.
Coded. I'm not saying she is autistic.
I am not certainly an expert on any of this stuff, but she's a little socially awkward, right?
Definitely.
Like when she's in the bedroom with Ruby, when she meets Agent Carter's family,
Right.
she's sitting on the bed facing the opposite way and just kind of looking around the room. Doesn't really know what to say. Doesn't really know how to engage with her. Doesn't really say much. And Ruby kind of starts a little conversation with her.
Right.
But like
short words, succinct.
Yeah, very much short words to the point. Like, there's something there.
So that's where I was thinking the first time I watched this was there's something Spectrum related for.
She
this
didn't even want to
character.
come in. He's
Right,
like,
she didn't
"Do
want
I
to
have
come in.
Yes.
But we do hear a conversation between her and her mom, and it's not a typical conversation between a kid and their parent.
No.
I'm your only daughter.
Right.
Like-
Hello? Hey, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Lee? Still your only daughter.
Yeah.
Are you saying your prayers? Like, these are just like every time you get the impression that every time she talks to Mom, it's like, are you saying your prayers? You know, very much like that. So I had to mention that before moving on. She's called the next day to the first crime scene. Is that right, guys?
Yes. Well, the latest crime
The
scene.
latest crime scene, the first one she's seen. Obviously, there's another cipher. She translated like,
Instantly.
instantly, and
Download
Carter.
too slow.
Yeah, download too slow. Which we'll get into Longlegs himself here in a second, but he's a kid. Like he's like, there's a part of them that is like a kid, right?
Yeah.
So crime scene, more of the same, unexplainable. Father kills the whole family.
It felt very Seven. Like
Very
specifically
Seven,
this like whole sequence of them finding the body felt very Seven to me.
And the body reveal.
Yeah, and
Oh,
like just also the dynamic between Carter and Harker, like very much, rookie and seasoned, who's like a little over it. Like it's overwhelming to Carter in that moment. So yeah, I wrote that down. I was like, that feels very Seven.
What's weird is Carter was like more affected. Like it's like, geez, probably because he has a child, like and
At the same age.
Right.
Yeah.
Ish.
So I kind of want to jump ahead a little bit to things start to click in Carter's mind, right? He's like, what's going on? There's something off with Lee. Does a little digging on Lee herself, finds out that Lee's mother 20 years ago filed a police report about somebody showing at their house. And what stood out? He was pale. He was tall. Very much something felt connected. You guys have any thoughts on that right now? Do we need to go back any? Are we good with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, was that the same time she reveals about all the victims having a birthday on the 14th
The
of the
numerology
month?
of all of it.
Yeah,
Sure.
but they took
algorithm.
place on this. Yeah,
Sure.
within 6 days of
Can I-
their
can
birthday.
That was
say-
when I was thinking, she was the little
Oh,
girl
okay.
in
So
the
that's what-
opening
yeah.
scene.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that's when Carter also started feeling the heat of everything more too. Because like he knows when his daughter's birthday is.
Right.
Do you think he was aware? Do you think in his head it was a possibility
I
that his
think,
daughter was a
like,
target?
I think you can kind of see it on his face where it's like he's questioning her because that's his job. He's her boss. But
Okay.
also I think like his background process is he's already bothered so much by the crime scenes and like
Right.
the unexplained of all of it and 30 years of all of it. And then it's like, oh, my daughter also has a birthday around this. Like I can feel the panic from him a little bit.
I think it would have hit him if he was a carpenter. I mean, it's my daughter. I mean, you just would go to that. My kid
I want to
had the
say
same birthday.
Here's the deal.
Date.
It being within 6 days plus or minus from your birthday is a huge range. That's half a month, basically. Right? So, like, I don't know if I would jump to, like, oh, my kid's on the 13th.
But you would know everything about the victims.
Right,
You would
that's
know
true.
their basic information. Their birthday would be
If he's
back near the
averaging
top.
3 years of killing, he is planning, setting it up, investigating, getting close to, getting information, knowing, like,
Right. So,
expert at this.
in this time, she took the liberty of decrypting every single letter, and it led us to a camera farm, right? It led us to
Camera family farm.
Camera family farm. And the camera family was one of the victims, was one of the times this happened. But this one's special because we had a survivor.
A sole survivor. The daughter was not home at the time.
Yep.
Okay.
I saw something interesting on Reddit today when I was looking
The Reddit?
on the Reddit.
Okay.
Where I was looking more into like the pictures that Lee looks at for her test, and somebody had pointed out that in the test there's camera, mother, father. There's other.
There's like other things.
It's table, yeah, and it's all like clues to the Camera family
I like it.
murders.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know where to put this question, but like, at what point was she being guided to be involved in this case? Do you think from the very beginning?
Yes, I think, especially when you get the like devil silhouettes in the background. I mean, it's kind of all come together. It has that angel heart, like he's pulling the strings in the background every second. I mean, you're talking about like the ultimate evil of the universe. I mean, he deals in thousands of years, and he's just fucking around at this point.
Yeah.
This is his gig right
You
now.
toy,
and
no, it's fun.
He
Choose your own adventure.
from the very beginning of her surviving, I think.
I mean, do we want to jump way ahead?
Well, let's see. Yeah,
Answer
I
this?
guess we hold off.
Okay.
I guess
'cause
we
if
hold off.
we jump way ahead, the answer's probably there.
Day one. Okay. All right. Let's run through the ins and outs. Not the ins and outs, but like just the timeline of the movie. Leads us to the Camera family farm. Leads us to the barn specifically. X marks the spot. Here is a pivotal moment where I think you're either in all the way. You're like, all right, I'm with this ride or not. They find a doll buried underneath not buried, but like underneath some floorboards. And there's a Post-it note with a triangle on it, meaning this triangle, we know how you got here. There's a smiley face inside this triangle. And there's a doll inside of it. A creepy ass doll. Thoughts so far? What are we thinking first? Like when they open it and there's a doll inside.
At first, I was like, was that a person?
It did
Right.
kind of
And
look
he
like
was like, I think that's a doll.
You're not wrong.
Like, okay,
it
it's a
did
doll.
kind of look like a person.
Yeah.
Its hair was all
I had-
falling out.
I had no idea. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
I'm
I'm in.
Investigate
riding this
this
roller
thing
coaster
now.
to the
Yeah.
end. I want
Right.
to know what's
Exactly.
going on.
You didn't kick me off this ride. I'm
No.
still on. But we go to the coroner, which, or somebody who's looking at this doll finds out. Creepiest thing we find out is it has human hair in it. Right? That's the creepiest thing. It had a metal ball and said it was obviously a skilled doll maker.
Porcelain.
Yeah, is
human
this
hair.
something a coroner would know?
No, I think this is it's the FBI forensic lab guy. Just the tech they got that day.
Oh, so you don't think it's a coroner? This
No,
is somebody, okay,
I don't think
an
so.
expert. Okay.
yeah, he's just
Tell me about this
looking
doll,
at the
yeah.
clues. Yeah,
It's like how Pawn Stars, they always have to call in their expert.
Yes, exactly like that.
yeah.
This is what it is. So what can you tell me about this doll? And he's like, well, there's a metal ball in it that was whispering my ex-wife's name all night long. That's what I-
$500.
500 bucks.
Best I can do is $50.
That's like, yeah. What do you want for it?
I gotta resell this thing. It's gonna sit
100,000.
on my shelf for 3 months.
Right.
It's so
Whisper
creepy.
shit to me the whole time.
I'll give you $55. Final offer.
Final off.
Okay. A fun character in this one that I did not mention is the owner or the person in charge of the freaking place that Kiernan Shipka's character is. He was hilarious in this. It's like,
Oh yeah,
It's like-
Nikon. He was funny.
just like magic. She's been catatonic for how many years? I don't remember how many years, but like
20
just
years.
2 days ago, it's like somebody flipped a switch.
Well, that's answered too, I think, later on, right?
Right. Flipped a switch. Did you check the ID? You know what? That's a good idea.
Right.
I think it's kind of Osgood's like directing style and like how he likes things kind of peeking through, because I feel like the rest of the movie is very serious and we don't really get this return to
Not a ton
anything
of
sort
laughs.
of funny, like no levity in the rest of it. But I feel like, you know, in his other movies, there's some levity, some kind of little comedy, and
Right.
all of it.
Pressure release points. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Where you can laugh and stuff. And yeah, you are right. This is pretty much where it's like, this shit ain't funny anymore. Well, okay. Inadvertently funny, there's several parts, right? So we're gonna, I mean, I don't know when this exactly happens, but like we see Longlegs going to the hardware store, going to wherever he's going. What's he buying? Does anybody know what he's buying?
He was
Doll
buying
making
like
shit?
he was buying like a pipe or something, like a pipe connector, I think.
I thought he was buying some doll making shit.
He lives
who
in a
knows?
basement. Maybe he's helping with the pipes.
That's true.
Just
Maybe it was like
handyman
some
work.
PVC glue or something.
Right.
I like it. Fun thing I ran across. He does the. Does anybody want to reenact the song that he does in the car? Or how?
No.
He goes to the hardware store, picks up his stuff, and tries to cheer up this girl that's working the counter. And he does his cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
God damn.
And Daddy, the gross guy's here or whatever.
Yeah, the gross guy is back again.
That's
or whatever
great.
She says.
That's great. Another example.
Daddy!
Mommy! Physically scared.
me!
Yeah. Save me from life or whatever. Yeah, it was great. But fun thing about cuckoos. Does everybody know what a cuckoo bird does?
Lives inside a clock and tells you when it's the top of the hour.
False.
Takes over your burrow.
No, it gets rid of your eggs and puts its
So, yes.
eggs in another bird's
It
nest.
lays an egg in like a swallow's nest or whatever.
And kicks the swallow eggs out.
instinctively, as it
Mom
hatches, the
swallows.
cuckoo bird gets up and pushes shit out of pushes it all out. And then the swallow feeds this cuckoo bird, right?
Yep.
So much like he did here. I mean, he's living in the basement. He's being taken care of by the family. It's a cuckoo bird thing. So like that was by design, apparently. I read that.
I think so.
I think you're wrong. I think they tell you when it's the top of the hour.
Right.
You're right. When the hand strikes 12,
clock
the
bird.
little thing pops out. It's actually
They
named
just know what time it is.
it's based on a real bird, Mike. Not just the sound, okay?
Okay.
All right. Anyway, he does his first little performance for us, the daddy, mommy, unmake me thing. And that's our first real introduction to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't let me down, though.
Did not let me
I
down.
was like, that's the creepiest fucking guy I've ever
I'm
seen.
gonna-
I've heard in my
I-
life.
Yeah.
What do we think about the character design in general?
Immediately from like the first look of him, I was hooked. I was like, well, this is amazing. The only note I will give this movie that is seriously a critique is
Okay.
in his character design. You can see the edges of the prosthetic around his eyes if you
okay.
look closely. That is one of the things I think they didn't notice.
Were you step by step in this? Were you like
No, I
freeze framing
noticed
it?
that in the theater. But
Yeah.
I love his character design. I think just like the story behind it is really interesting. I think
Tell me what you've heard about the character's design story behind it.
so. I've heard from Nick Cage that he was inspired by his mother, like with Pond's cream all over the face.
A couple different reasons. Like his mom suffered with schizophrenia, apparently. Yeah.
For me, I think it's yet another Silence of the Lambs, like a little bit of a nod to it,
little Buffalo
with
Bill.
like the feminine, like the feminization of that character. Like it's a man, but you have the long hair, you have like the kind of like makeup face.
The mom jeans, the mom
Yeah.
vest. Yeah.
So, I don't know if anybody stumbled across Osgood Perkins in his head, from what I've read, that rhymed, sorry, designed this as this character. Does anybody remember his character, not Longlegs? It was
Dale Cobble?
Dale Cobble was, in Osgood Perkins' mind, a former glam rocker.
That's what I got. Like,
really-
he's kind of saying satanic panic guy you don't want to talk to at the party.
So he was a rocker. He was androgynous. He was vain as well. This is all caked into the character. Nothing you're going to be able to pick from the movie, but like several botched plastic surgery type of things is what he's trying to say. Is like, this is a result of somebody who's tried to keep himself young but couldn't, right? Thoughts on that? I mean, it's kind of cool to hear the thoughts
it's an
about it.
interesting design. It's different than anything we've seen
Right.
before,
Especially from Nick,
for
right?
a villain. Yeah, and it's like it's recognizable. Like if someone came to your Halloween party like this, you're like, oh, you're Longlegs. Like you
No,
got it.
that's not what I say. I say,
Right.
get out.
I think
But I don't know that the costumes shouts like Antichrist. You know
Right.
what I mean? Though I don't
No,
think it gives that
doesn't.
vibe.
I think that's also kind of the cuckoo bird thing to it too, where it's like he's an interloper, where he's living in this basement. We don't know whose basement yet, but it's like he's living there. He's sneaking into these places. Like, yes, face crazy, face go crazy, but like from the fit, it's unassuming. It's all pastels. It's giving off this idea of, oh, I'm not very harmful.
I'm not very harmful. I like
I'm
that.
not going to
Fucking
hurt you,
crazy.
but yeah, it's that
I
interloper.
want to give a shout out to Emily for the first person to use the word interloper on our podcast. You're really classing this up for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And she knows more people than we do. I think I saw Donald Sutherland once in New York, but that's all I got.
She's like, I know the Blair Witch person.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, as you mentioned, satanic undertones. Well, you didn't mention the undertones, but like, we're starting to see who Longlegs is. We're starting to see he's troubled. I feel like from the scene in the car, there's a disconnect between what he's being controlled to do and what his free will is. The random outbursts, the screaming of songs and things like that. That's him versus, his mission forward. So that brings us all the way to, jumping around a little bit, but it brings us to the connection between the police report and Lee, right? So Lee has to go talk to mom. That's an order. Carter said, go talk to your mom, get some answers, see what she finds out, right? Or see what she, and we meet her mom for the first time. She's a hoarder. She's got some kind of, she's zealot coded a little bit where it's like, there's some religious stuff.
Like
there.
delusional religious type
Right.
of thinking.
She recognizes Lee, but still, like a half second behind. And like I said, 3 screws loose. It's obvious, right? Answer me honestly. Are you still saying your prayers?
Yeah. That's...
She says
You want me to
honestly.
answer you?
No.
Yeah, answer me honest, Mike. As Lee, you answer me.
Oh, no.
Basically, she says, no, quite frankly, they scare the shit out of me, the prayers. And that makes, her mom laugh. And, they have this little bonding moment. She's like, what's so funny about that? You're right. Prayers do jack shit. I'm paraphrasing here. They do nothing. They don't protect us at all. Yeah, we find out so much from this tiny conversation. She says, I grew up. She's like, that's because you were allowed to grow up. You find out like so much, but not everything, right? How are we
Just
doing so
right
far?
on the edge. Right. So like, just tell me.
All right. I needed
Yeah.
to know. Emily, where are you at so far on this one? This point?
I have a lot of thoughts on her mom and like how she behaves and why that is that I'll save.
Okay.
But at this point, when I saw her, I was just like, okay, icon, we love. She's so fun. Because she's really she's there watching her prayers, asking if her daughter's praying, hoarding, having baby teeth, which everybody's found their mother's stash of their baby teeth.
But not labeled like this. This was like crazy. Normally they're in like a little Tic Tac box or something, right?
In a jewelry box.
Right. Something that shakes and rattles,
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah,
like, not Lee, age 7, Lee, age 8. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
Lee
label
had,
maker that gets it.
This is where we find out Lee
Yes.
was in the beginning, the little girl, because she's got a Polaroid, right?
Ooh, yes,
In
we're
the
about to
room
find
she
out.
goes back to.
She said,
Okay.
I don't remember. She's like, hey, I need you to remember what this police report was about because because this is obviously who we're looking for, right? And she's like, I don't remember shit. Go look in your room. I saved everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, you saved everything, you hoarding lady.
Right. Oh, yeah. Good luck finding anything.
Right.
But go look.
Finds some Polaroids. I'm going to mix stuff together. Finds Polaroids, and in the kitchen, she sees a cockroach coming out of the like a cellar door, right?
Yep.
And you get to see the slithering, right? Something in her head is saying, making her envision these snakes, slithering snakes. Obviously, the snake is prevalent in the Bible as the devil. I don't know any other reasons for the snake. Any other thoughts on the snake symbolism?
To me, it's kind of like a firewall. Like, she's thinking about what's in the basement. Like, she's thinking, what's past this door? And then it's like, and she's thinking further into her childhood, and her brain's like, no. Like, the limiter.
So it's protecting.
Kicking in.
Okay.
Like it's a super compartmentalizing kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't get to think about this.
Right. Okay.
I was going to ask a question, but I think it'll be better later.
Okay. I love how you guys are all waiting, and then there's going to be this like massive dump of thoughts here. All right, so she goes back, shows Carter the picture. They manhunt basically.
The shortest manhunt of all time.
By design,
Just
right?
chilling at a bus station.
By design. This is all leading Longlegs to exactly this point. He has a couple suitcases. I don't even know why he has the suitcases. He knows what's going to happen, right? Anyway, he goes peacefully. They bring him in. Fast forwarding here, we see Lee they show her a video of him wanting to talk to her and singing happy birthday. And I'm going to let Emily talk here. She wants to talk about this.
I love this scene. It's amazing. I'm sure everybody noticed, but he's like, and you'll be there. And he looks over. You'll be there. He looks over and he's looking at everybody that's gonna be there. And I saw that in the theater, and it's that Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
Yeah.
I was like, Mitchell, did you see that? And he did not see it. But
So we can't see who's interrogating him, but we're to assume Carter, the Asian. What is her name? I wish I had her name with me, so she's not just the Asian.
yeah, they look upset, like they're showing
The other female
it's
character.
not a live feed.
Right.
Which is even crazier with him looking around.
That is Agent Browning.
Agent Browning also says, and this goes on for a little longer. And she goes, how long? 24 minutes of him singing happy birthday to Lee. Which is weird, right?
Which is another marketing thing. They released a phone number that you could call, and after a while,
right,
if you
forgot
called
about
in,
that.
he would sing. It would be Nick Cage singing "Happy Birthday" as Longlegs.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Best cameo ever. I need that number.
I thought
Mary
about
Marie's
looking
birthday.
it up and seeing if it's still.
Probably not. But
So wait, real quick, shift. You watched it. So had Mary Marie seen it before?
No, it was both our first watch.
Okay, and did she like it or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
She liked
gotcha.
it. Super creepy, but yeah, she liked it too, yeah.
Good. Fantastic. And like they're basically like, we've got enough to put him away for something. And if we play our cards right, he's going to lead us to who's actually killing them. But Lee, here's the problem later. Like, when he gets mad at her, I'm like, that's some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. But okay, so Lee basically gives him what he wants, the face-to-face time with Longlegs, and like a proud father, or like a proud uncle, he's so happy to see Lee when she comes in that room and talks about how they had a laugh when she decided to go into
Law enforcement.
And
That was going to be my question that we talked about earlier.
right. It's, I mean, you almost, okay, hear me out on this one. Not to hear me out like I want to sleep with somebody, but to hear me out as in I'm going to say something that might not agree with your guys. You almost feel bad for, what was his name again? Cobble. Something Cobble.
Dale Cobble.
Dale Cobble.
Yeah.
You almost feel bad for the person that is Dale Cobble that sneaks out in some of these moments. Am I the only one here?
No. I mean, yeah, you
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
You are. He's a bad
Emily,
person.
you're with
I
me.
think so. I don't really feel too bad for him. No, I think
Okay.
you're the only one.
Okay.
Nope, not me.
Dang it. Because, like, it's like, to me, it's evident that he is not acting on his own free will, right? He is being controlled, much like the families are being controlled to do their thing. And there's something, remember how I said there's 3 screws off with the mom? There's like 10 screws loose with with Cobble here, and I think he was super susceptible to the control of the devil or whatever happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and state my thought is like he was being controlled by someone else. He is a vessel, right? So I think sometimes you see glimpses of who he wants to be. But anyway, am I still reaching too far?
Maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit
so.
too much.
Okay.
So my question,
But he loves Lee. He literally loves Lee.
was he living in the basement the
Yes.
whole
Yes.
time?
After
20
Yes.
plus years.
When he showed up,
While she was living
Yes.
there and she just,
Yeah.
all that was blocked out.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
Yes. We are 100%
Which is
to
why
believe that.
I think Emily brought up the snakes was her thinking about the basement and the devil blocking her mind, being like, nope, don't think about that.
Right.
Right. Don't
But
go
I
there.
also like, because you said when she walks in, he's like a father seeing her.
Oh,
He loves her.
he's
In the pictures where she's doing her test, there was an upside down triangle to which she says father. The pattern of the whole thing is an upside down triangle. There's an upside down triangle on the letter that is on top of the doll box when they find it at the camera farm. It's all connected.
all right.
It's like this father idea associated with Longlegs. Sorry.
For more on Devil's Triangles, we have Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh joining us.
He wrote it on his calendar.
All right. So, we've got his calendar with Skeeves and Jimbo and all those people. Kavanaugh, that guy. Anyway, this is an apolitical podcast, guys, as much as we can be. Okay, so one of the most frightening, most disturbing scenes in the entire movie comes up. He tells her how her mom was connected to this whole thing. He tells her, well, not exactly, but he tells her how they got inside the house. Knock, knock on the farm door. Who's there? Congratulations, you've won this prize from the church. And they let in the nun and they bring the doll inside the house, right? And it shows, we see a little bit of POV from the doll earlier with Karen Shipka's character. Was it Carrie Ann something or other?
Kieran, yeah.
Once.
Carrie Ann is the character, yeah.
Right, Carrie Ann's character, whatever. Which I apologize to everybody listening. We don't have time to get into all of this stuff because there's so much like, where there's like, you are the darkness, so you're not afraid of the dark. There's stuff that I'd love to talk about, but I don't know if we'll have time. But anyway, we find out that the mom was taking these dolls into the houses and basically watching this whole unfold, right?
Because she had to.
She had
to. The devil wanted her to do
To
it.
see it.
Yeah, because she didn't give up Lee. So now
Right.
she has to watch all these other families die.
Right. Help me out here. Then she rushes to the house to talk. No, she's after what she saw. He kills himself. Nick Cage
Smashes his own
Cobble
head in.
smashes
Right.
his face, says Hail Satan, throws his head on that, like with crazy amount of force. Because
Yeah.
like you've got to throw it
4
down
or 5
hard.
times.
Like you'd probably
Yeah.
pass out before you would kill yourself on this type
I would
of thing.
think there'd be people right outside the door watching
stopping.
On
camera
video,
in
right?
there
Live
to
feed,
just,
but it's 95.
to just
so.
like go in and
Unless
stop
an
that from
invisible
happening.
hand is
It's
doing the
pre-Patriot
smashing.
Free Patriot. It is Free Patriot. That was 2001-ish.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, she's in shock, PTSD, whatever you want to call it. She's in shock. She just saw this dude who knows her smash his face in and die, and then gets yelled at by Carter,
Carter's pissed.
which is
There is no
stupid.
accomplice. It's just
Like-
him, and now he's gone. And
Like, don't
No.
you think like they would have asked similar questions on how and why and all that stuff
Yeah, I think that moment was character assassination.
for Carter,
Carter.
right? Yeah, it's like. But thank you. I felt the same. I'm like, why are you yelling at her, bro? Anyway, so then she's driven home to talk to mom again, right? Woo! Second most disturbing, like
We
up
see
there.
the station wagon in
We
the,
see the station. Well,
in the
yeah.
car park
Browning
coming up.
sees the car that could be the car that Longlegs is described to have driven, right?
Yep.
But before she can do anything, she is freaking blown away by a double-barreled shotgun, one barrel, and walks around
the car, and then the other one.
It's
I'm
the
like,
other one.
I think you got her the first
she
time.
I think the amount of splatter says you hit something that is pretty important.
Yep.
Yeah, so Lee, watching from the window, what the hell, catches up with mom standing beside a stable or a barn or something with a doll standing up that is supposed to look like Lee.
Yeah.
You caught him. I mean, let me throw this out there. The quote from her: "You caught him. He must be free. That means you're free." Shoots the doll, blows up the ball. You see something dissipate from the doll's head, and then dissipate from Lee's head.
The orb. Yeah.
Yeah. So go, guys. Any thoughts so far?
I mean, I think that's supposed to be like the spirit leaving the doll, like whatever I guess it's the devil's
evil magic.
Yeah, the devil magic. That's when this doll is in the house that's making the fathers do the crazy shit. Like that's what that orb is. And when she blows it up, I think that's like the spirit leaving it. And she's like, now you're free, because she's, destroyed the orb. The spirit's no longer in there. So
yeah.
Important to say, from Kierna Shipka's POV, we did see an entire kill take place, right? We saw from the doll, we saw the pastor come, hit by the axe, a la The Shining. It was taken from The Shining. And then we see dad kill mom, and then so
yeah. And then that goes back to where I think the one that came out of Carrie Ann's doll's head, the sole survivor, when they do the examination on the doll,
right,
the coroner, the examiner, whoever finds the orb, it's like that's when Carrie Ann wakes up from being comatose,
right?
Because that thing is no longer inside the doll. That is
follow-up question to that though.
In
right
the
now,
barn anymore. So
right now we find out that Carrie Ann jumped off the roof. Though, follow up to your thing. What's our thoughts on that? What made her jump off the roof? Just that emptiness, that disconnect, that feeling of
It could have been that, or it could have been just like the devil's done with her, and go ahead and kill yourself now, kid.
Emily, your thoughts?
Her ball wasn't destroyed. So Lee's ball was destroyed. Lee regained what she had lost previously. That sort of curse was released from her.
So they said they opened it up, though, right?
I thought her ball was just
it was
X-rayed
intact.
or something.
Yeah, they said they X-rayed it. There's nothing inside.
But then they said they opened it up.
Did they say they opened it up? Because it was
said,
sitting in the metal tray as a ball.
Yeah,
I think they said they opened it up.
Which is crazy. They X-rayed her brain, and it screwed it up, and she jumped instead of just regaining what she had.
A little just interference there.
Or she regained what she had and did not like that.
Right. No, there's so many. This is the part where it's like there's so many questions that there's 70% of an answer to, right?
Yeah, even the day after Mary Marie watched this movie, we were still talking about so what do you think this meant? I still don't understand. I was thinking about it, how did this person get to reach this point? Did they mention that earlier? So we were talking about it the next day. You got a film that's hitting home, that's making you think, that's doing its job, that's
this
lingering
movie
with
is
you.
my Pepe Silva. I will do
is this
the conspiracies.
Your Roman Empire? Is that what you're
saying? No, not my Roman Empire, but
two things. You don't show the monster in full light.
Okay.
And in the paranormal, you don't answer all the questions. And it makes it so
makes
much
you wonder.
Better.
Right?
Yeah.
Like The Omen, would he have killed his son if the police wouldn't have shot him? Right? It's it's that kind of thing. So, all right, ball is exploded. She passes out essentially. That has such an effect. She passes out. In this, there's a little bit of exposition dump where you see her snuggled up to her mom, and her mom's telling the story. Once upon a time, there was a mother and a daughter. Nobody came to visit them. Not so-and-so, not the big bad wolf. No, nobody came to visit them one day. Right, so you start to hear, and then mom says, I had a choice. I had a choice to deny him and we both die on the spot, or I had a choice to, help him and you get to grow up. That's what she meant earlier with you were allowed to grow up. There was a bargain made that she would help, and maybe other stuff too that's mercifully they did not go into. But you can assume what make nice means and things like that, right? So, right, we learn all of this. She wakes up in Longlegs' lair, right? Yeah. It is obviously shown Longlegs in this lair several times. Print. They show the T-Rex poster. They show the doll, the mirror, all that stuff. and she's like, here's a phone ringing. She walks upstairs to her own house, right?
Yeah.
Is this a oh shit moment for everybody or what? Like,
Yeah.
For me, it was, but I also, like, throughout the movie, they're referencing the man downstairs. And I think you hear that and you're like, oh, Satan. Because everybody's like, hell's the center of the earth, you know,
for
downstairs. So, like, when you hear it, you're like, oh, it must just be a reference to that. They're just not going to say Satan. They're going to say man downstairs. But then when you see that, you're like, oh no, the man downstairs was literally a man downstairs.
I lost count. There were probably several references from Nick Cage, from Kabul, of the man. I'm friends with the man downstairs. In that case, I do think it's a both. He's talking about the devil, but it's also meant to throw us off.
Yeah.
So there's another scene in the FBI where she's like, where is he? He's right below your feet. He's downstairs, right? So, like, there's several references, like Emily was talking about, to the man downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was kind of like, this was a big moment, though. Like, he's been under her nose, under her feet, since she was 9 years old, essentially, right? He has watched her grow up as a proud papa, whatever, right? So, okay, big moment. She's woken up by a phone call. Basically answers the phone. You're late for a birthday party. Bat out of hell, you know, under no trance. She's even acting like more emotional than Lee has been before, right? Like, we see her screaming. And I think that was more of to say, this is Lee able to express these emotions that she wasn't able to express while she was under the trance. Agree on that one?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's like, it's one of those things you notice throughout the movie where everyone's more emotional. Everybody's like, she's very goal focused. She's very case focused. And that's all she's thinking about.
Right.
Like, she's not really thinking about like emotions, celebrating her birthday, really caring about going to visit her mother.
Right. And that's, I mean, Charlie was saying that, you know, she's okay, Maika, but I think she had a task. She's like supposed to act like she's in a trance for 80% of this movie, right? And then, like, all of a sudden, you know, she's not in a trance. So it is supposed to be two affects, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, she dropped bat out of hell. She gets to the scene. Carter opens the door, lets her in. She sees the doll, the daughter acting crazy. This is wrong, blah, blah, blah. What's my mom doing here? Carter's obviously uncharacteristically yells at her to sit down. Mother, in the meantime, is acting as this unseen, unknown presence, describing what's going to happen, like the wife is already dead, things like that. She's saying this is how it's going to play out. They all have to die. Basically, there's an excuse to get a knife. Carter kills his wife in the kitchen, comes out. Harker has to shoot him.
This was a really weird scene.
The whole thing was
even he's
crazy.
like, he's like, really angry about having to go cut the cake.
Right.
He's like, yeah, we'll cut the fucking cake. Like, come with me.
It's your damn idea.
Yeah, and then she's like, we'll be right back. And he's like, no, I'll be right back.
be back.
You'll stay in the kitchen.
So you know,
But
right?
you know he's going to go kill her. Fucking, she doesn't do anything about it.
She even like clutches her neck to indicate probably where the kill shot or the kill wound was, right? So gets back, forces Harker to shoot him. Mother says they all have to die. Basically tries to kill Miss Ruby. Is that her name? Miss Ruby?
Ruby's the daughter, yeah.
Shoots mom in the head. Turns to take out the doll. Is unable to. Click, click, click.
Right.
Sorry, I sped through that. If there's anything we want to talk about on that, let's do it. But I think it's important to note that mom was kind of playing two sides there, right? She was obviously, I don't want to say possessed, but controlled by the devil.
I guess I wasn't sure why like the mom wasn't more like, Carter, you're not being yourself, or like, or why Harker wasn't like when Carter's like, we'll go cut the cake, and Harker, knowing what's about to happen, isn't like, oh, you guys sit down, I'll cut the cake, or like, Carter, come with me, I'll help you with the cake.
I think
whatever. What was her wife's name? Anne.
I can't remember.
But like, you stay here, like we'll go cut the cake.
At this point, though, I think
she just lets it happen.
Do you know, like, what I want to compare it to? Do you remember having an FM blocker in your car to play your CDs or whatever through your radio? Basically, there was a way to, like, there was a channel that you would have to turn on. That's how I view this, is like, there is a channel that is, they're being told exactly how to act, how to feel, what to do by this doll, right? Something inside the doll, the ball, is blocking their normal functioning and
Yeah.
controlling them at this point, right?
That devil magic.
Devil magic.
Yeah, it's the devil magic because you see it in the earlier camera family where the mom had most likely seen the priest get axed.
Oh, she
She
did.
walks up to
Oh,
the doll,
Carrie Ann.
back to the axe.
Right.
She knew she was gonna get axed.
She get axed. Asked the question. What's
I-
funny? Okay.
I think it's that
And that
chance,
explains then like Ruby being like incredibly calm about everything going on
Ruby's
in this room
just
right
like
now.
focused 100% on this doll, right?
Yeah.
Like just like petting it, I guess brushing its hair, whatever she was doing. All right, so she can't kill the doll. Click, click, click. Either we're out of ammo or just something's blocking it, aka the devil might be blocking it. Roll credits. And fun part
Not
is
roll credits. Cut to Longlegs one last
Oh,
time.
right,
One
you're
more
right.
line.
one more Hail Satan, blows a kiss, then roll credits, which is important to note that they are scrolling down instead of up, down towards hell,
Yeah.
which was super effective. I
fun.
like that too. Even though I'm not a big like let's watch the credits guy, but this was cool.
Yeah. I like watching the credits.
Yeah.
And T-Rex playing, I mean, that was a good song. I love that song anyway.
All right. Whew. That was a lot. Here's my questions to you guys. What happens next?
You
What
didn't
happens-
prep us for that.
What?
Oh, no?
What happens like next? Like does okay? Let me like break this down a little bit. Is Lee free after the doll was shot? Is Lee 100% under her own control?
Yeah.
Okay,
I believe so.
The little girl, though,
that's
She would not have been able
No.
to kill her mom if she was under the spell still
Okay.
or whatever. Ruby, like, she probably has to figure out a way to get that orb out. She probably realizes that's what it is when her own doll is shot.
Yeah.
It
Right.
blows the orb up. So next, she probably picks up Ruby and goes to field office and says, "Hey, here's what happened."
Yeah.
Or calls for backup, like, come out here, and like they come out to them and
yeah, she can't leave the scene. She's gonna stay there.
right, yeah, like, hey,
Okay.
here's what happened. Here's what's been going on, and yeah,
you good with those theories, Emily?
Yeah, I'm good with those theories. I have, with the questions and the ambiguity of the ending, like I have my own thoughts
All right.
specifically on that. But
So
like
let me
as to what happens, I agree with these probably order of events.
Okay. How was Mom able to shoot Lee's doll in the head if Lee was not able to shoot Ruby's doll in the head?
Because Lee's mom is just crazy and made a deal with the devil. She wasn't being controlled by the devil. She just made a bargain that she was 100% on board with and was
You don't-
going to
okay.
live through with it.
I feel like at
all
the
way down
end,
the road.
I feel like at the end, when Mom jumps up and says, "Don't call me that," and was going to knife Ruby, I think she was under, like, her face was like in a certain way. I feel like she was under control. Do we not think that
sounds
she was
like
ever-
a plot hole, Justin.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. You make a good point. It sounds like a plot hole.
Oh, okay.
I think
'Cause
it also could be why would the devil let Lee join the FBI? If he's some sort of omnipotent being and he can see what could happen from certain choices, why would he let her be
It's a good
a cop?
question.
Why would he let her join the FBI?
Not only that,
He
why?
let-
It could be an arrogance thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just part of
that's
the game.
now I can fuck
part of the
with,
game.
now I can fuck with like,
I
like
did
he's doing
with
this
all
game,
them.
and the game's over now, and he's just going to move on to another
Yeah,
game.
I agree with what Charlie's saying. I think, and from what I read or saw on a YouTube clip, there's a theory that the plan for Lee the entire time was to put her in a position where she would have to shoot her mother in the head,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, like
And
to
the-
get back to the mom. Like
And the plan for, so my theory is that Cobble had completed his mission by completing the triangle, or at least putting it in line where it's going to happen, right? And that way, that freed up the mom to be able to like shoot the doll for Lee, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I
Like you
was
said.
kind of getting at like the devil let her join the FBI. I think it's completely
It was all on
plausible where
purpose.
he was like, yeah, shoot the doll.
Yeah.
Like where it could be the arrogance thing that we touched on, or it could just be like he doesn't really have a use for Lee like too much anymore, shoot it, or he
this is-
wants Lee to have this info now.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is fun for the devil, right?
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
The devil's
playing
like
games.
this, even if she solves this crime, it's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing, right? Yeah, the director said that Lee was free. Lee is free of the devil. But they asked, well, what about Ruby? And he's like, that's not my problem. So basically, Ruby, who knows what's going to happen with the Ruby?
I think Lee would find a way to,
well,
under the guise of investigating,
Okay.
open the orb and free.
that's the conversation
Ruby.
that Mitchell and I had after seeing the movie, like specifically that conversation where is it she can't shoot it, but she could smash it. She could do something to break
Smash.
it in that moment.
Smash or pass? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, right. She could do something to break it in that moment, but is Lee choosing to let Ruby not remember seeing her father in that way, seeing
know
her
what?
father get shot, seeing
Could
her
be.
shoot her mother, seeing her mother go into the kitchen and not come back? Like, is Lee, like, not giving Ruby these memories back to save Ruby?
Maybe till she can process them in a way.
But then again, I'm Pepe Sylvia-ing it. If the devil can say Lee can have her memories back, well, maybe he's like, you can't shoot the Ruby doll. You can't break it at all. She cannot have her memories back. I still want control over this, and he's controlling her in that moment. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun. Well, not fun at all. It's a disturbing ambiguity like that.
Yeah.
It's a disturbing unanswered question. Like, you just want Miss Ruby to be okay, right?
Yeah.
More so than Lee. I mean, I like Lee. Lee's gone through a lot, but Miss Ruby's a child, right? So, did anybody's opinion of this movie go up since talking this through? I mean, I think we were all pretty on board, right?
Yeah.
Let's.
It's good.
I think it's the same, but I want to watch it again.
Could we survive this movie? I'm going to be vulnerable. Oh, do we want to do him first?
Bring him in. He usually is.
Atticus is going to join us for the rest of the show. He's going to share a microphone with me here. Welcome to the show, Atticus.
Hola.
What did Atticus think of this movie?
First watch it was good, but second watch it may have like decreased a little bit. Like, I didn't really like it as much the second watch through.
So for the second watch, didn't you? There was a group of about 7 of you guys that watched this movie together, right?
Yeah.
Either that or 6, 7 of you guys, maybe.
Stop it.
So tell me about the consensus of the group of 7.
So, me included or just them?
All of you.
So, for me, I liked it originally because I like psychological, and I still like it, but like, it was a 5-star, like out of 5 at first watch, then probably went down to like a 4.5 star. But like for them, they didn't really think it was scary. They wanted a monster. So, like the keeper, they would have liked that more than Longlegs.
Okay. All right. So so you're at a 4.5 out of 5. All right. So what did you think about the ending?
I think it's pretty practical. Lee ran out of bullets. That's all.
Oh, that is one possibility.
She fired like 3 into her mom, right?
Yeah.
And 1 into her mom.
Well, but she like
And
3
shot
into
her.
Carter though.
3 into Carter.
One into her mom. And I think she just didn't load the other 2 because that wasn't her gun from the beginning when she went to the other person's house.
Right. It is important to know she did have a 9mm when she went into the house. So I don't know what happened to her 9mm and where she got her 38 from.
Yeah. So watching this with a group of people, I like when you watch horror movies in groups, there's some that are like, it's fun to like talk through it, laugh along, make little jokes and comments. Like, did you guys do that? Because I feel like this is not one for doing that throughout.
No one really was like joking around during this movie.
Okay.
We were just like actually watching it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was like I'm not gonna lie, I started falling asleep just because I had a long freaking day. But then I like sat up on the edge of the couch for the last 40 minutes of it, and it was basically like I didn't move. I was on the edge of the couch, like it was intense.
We were all.
So I don't think if I was in a group with like 5 or 6 people watching this that I would have been like making jokes. I'd have been like intently watching. Like,
What time did you try to watch this? That's an important question.
I think we started at 12, so we were all kind of falling asleep.
I don't even know what 12 looks like anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I think we originally like turned it off, but then the projector kept turning on, so that was kind of creepy.
You had a projector?
So like in my friend's basement, he has a projector that
gotcha.
like, it was kind of like a mini theater. It was on the whole wall.
gotcha.
So
Humble brag there.
Yeah.
And then but after when we were going to sleep, like the projector kept randomly turning on, and no one had the remote, so like we just had to unplug it because that was kind of creepy.
The devil.
Which Micah do we like more? It Follows or Longlegs?
Longlegs is still better, in my opinion.
Okay.
She puts out and it follows. Oh, is that not the question?
Oh my God.
Is that not what you were looking for? My bad.
I think it's just a difference of her age and her skill as an actress as well.
Oh, I forgot to mention, here's a fun fact for you guys. She did not see Nicolas Cage's character. She didn't see Cobble until the interrogation scene. This was shot on purpose to actually this being the first time she saw him in makeup, right? And famously, or I mean, not super famously because it's not a huge movie. I have 125 mil, but like famously, the sound guy could pick up her heartbeat when she was going into that room. And it's actually in the movie, which is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, and they
because
did
it's
another commercial where they did the heartbeat thing where they're like, this is Maika Monroe's heartbeat for seeing
That's
Nick
awesome.
Cage and his character for the first time, which I thought was funny because it was more of a diversion from the marketing they had done previously where it was like True Crime, Cypher, Zodiac, and then it was kind of like the early 2000s Conjuring where it's like, this is people's heartbeats watching this one.
or Paranormal. You will shit your pants in the theater.
Actual theater goers'
3
reaction.
people have died
Right.
shitting their pants.
7 people choked on their own vomit while watching this. All right, people at the table. I'm going to pass this around. What is the best kill?
Well, like there was only really one good kill. I mean, I don't remember a lot of kills. Nice one. There was only like
Nerd.
when he killed, like when the dad at the farmhouse killed the priest. That was the only thing I really.
That was your kill?
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in before anybody takes it. Nick Cage smashing his own damn head onto the table is the best kill in this movie,
good.
bar none.
That's good.
Charlie, go.
I agree. I mean, the guy in the beginning getting shot, the FBI agent getting shot, the other FBI agent getting shot in the car. But yeah, Nick Cage smashing his own face in. God damn.
Emily?
For me, it's absolutely the dude at the beginning at the door knocking, getting capped. Because, like, for me, I'm always watching these movies. I'm like, I'm looking over at Mitchell. Wouldn't it be so funny if he opened the door and he just got shot in the face? Wouldn't that be so funny right now? And then it actually
even
happened.
during Garfield or something like that. It's like, not even hard.
We
Is that the
will,
devil
like-
in the background in Garfield?
Anytime a screen goes black, we're like, they blew up. So, yeah.
That's similar to me saying the end. I was
Oh yeah. For me, I picked Carrie Ann's father like Atticus did, killing the priest, and then the mom. Just technically, it was well done. The way the priest walks into frame, he goes through the doorway, and then he's in. You get the POV through the doorway, and you see the priest, so you can't see what's to his left or in front or behind him. But then you see him kind of back up because here comes Dad with the axe through the doorway, and he moves like just behind the doorway when the axe goes in, and there's a big splatter. So just the technically the way it was done, no cuts, one shot, camera trickery having, in there a little bit, but just
you see the priest see the doll and was like, back away from the room because there's something disturbing about it.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, no, the most sudden and unexpected would be that first guy, the FBI agent, because it was very. Like they were doing, just mundane.
Like you're just
work.
getting comfortable. You're not even done with your popcorn yet.
I haven't even opened my dibs yet. The little ice cream treats, Boom. But yeah, the whole scene, I think because it leads up the Nick Cage, like where he's talking about knock knock and he's doing all this shit and then like he just says Hail Satan and smashes his head. Like that's the most unsettling in my book, but you know, that's just me, I guess.
Yeah.
Could we have survived this movie, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just say yeah.
I didn't get chosen. I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Gucci. Were there any sons picked or was it all daughters?
All daughters.
It's all daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're good.
So don't be a girl born within 6 days of the 14th of the
Or a
month.
father.
Or a father.
Or a
And don't
mother.
accept gifts from the church.
Yeah.
You're good.
Unless it's a car.
Like seriously, if somebody knocked on my door with a big box, I know in my heart I'd be like, nah, I'm not interested. Like I'm not nice. I mean, I'm nice to people coming to my door, but like not that nice. I'm like, nah, go away.
Did Jehovah's Witnesses watch this movie and are like, fuck, no one's going to answer the door now?
Don't trigger Charlie here.
Don't trigger me.
I'm in danger because my birthday's on the 16th.
Oh, I'm the 11th, which is in, but like that's what I'm saying. That's like 13 days if you're like within 6 days plus or minus, right?
Half
It's
a
a
month.
large portion.
Yeah.
All right, so do we want to jump into Hall of Fame questions or any other fan theories or
Do we have dumbest character?
dumbest character?
I'll throw one out
The
there.
mom. The mom's pretty.
That's, I was going to say the mom, like if you don't, well, I was thinking the mom, right?
Don't make a deal with the devil.
Here's
Goddamn.
here's the thing. It's like don't make a deal with the devil, or also just don't accept gifts from the church. And but it's like if you don't believe, then you can't be controlled by them, right? But also,
it's only a
upon
skeleton key.
thinking about it later, it's like, well, she did it to save her daughter's
Correct.
life.
That's where I would
So
have been.
maybe
rebuttal.
it's not the.
That would have been my rebuttal. Is
So-
that like she was trying to say
It was hard to find one in this one because they're all under a spell, but otherwise
Yeah.
smart people.
I think the dumbest person is Lee Harker's partner at the beginning. He was like, "You sit back.
Oh yeah,
I got
Agent
this."
Fisk.
okay, but like
He was just doing his job, though.
he didn't know she was psychic, but he did say, "You want to call this in on a hunch?" You know, like
Yeah.
so. Like
No, even at the beginning, he was like, "You wait in the car." So if he somehow picked the house, and he was like, just got shot, she wouldn't know because she was in the car the whole time. He said, "Wait in the car. I got this."
Okay, dumbest character, Charlie.
I say the mom. I already said it. The mom. Don't make a deal with the devil. What the fuck?
Okay, so
But his daughter,
In her
her daughter
defense,
would get killed if
She's
she
religious.
yeah, well,
She has to make
she's
a deal with
she
the
was
devil.
A nurse. She wasn't necessarily a nun.
She knows that where she's going afterwards.
Well, now I know for certain I would
Sizzling.
not survive this movie because my dad wouldn't make a deal with the devil and I would get killed.
Sorry, Emily.
No,
you
because there is
did.
no devil. Hell yeah, I'd make that deal. I make
think,
that deal every day.
Sorry, Emily.
I think the dumbest character is the psychiatric hospital
Oh yeah, for not having an ID.
runner.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, we should do. That's a good idea. That was
Yep.
good.
Yeah. I mean, anybody, I think any of the victims that allowed the church into their house and here's Annabelle and it looks just like your daughter and you keep it around, like that's dumb.
So like once it's in the house, I
too
think
late.
that's transmitting already. That's like
Yeah, he was
yeah,
like instantly.
yeah, you done.
Yeah.
Can we talk like real fast? This is not typical format, but like mom was freaking stabbing the doll.
Yeah.
That is exposing like her thought. Like
Because
she
she
complained
came out
about
the wrong way.
Right. She hated her daughter, and I think
Yes.
that was a good way of her to, to play role that or whatever. That was creepy, man. She was
Yeah, it was
freaking
creepy.
stabbing, practicing stabbing on that doll.
Yeah.
Just practicing stabbing things.
Yeah.
Okay?
Body count after dumbest character?
Man,
Did you look it up?
I didn't.
Oh, no, I got to look it up again. Okay.
I might
We
get
know
a little-
there's
If we're
Don't we
just
gonna
doing
count
movie, it's different
all
than if we're doing all
Well,
the
the people
cases.
killed.
So
not all the cases, but everything shown. Is
okay, so because all the cases would be
30.
3 to 4 people in 10 different cases plus
with
the
one
ones we
survivor,
see,
two
so it'd be like
survivors.
40 something. But if we're just doing what's on screen, I don't know. There's like 7.
6 or 7.
Longlegs, Agent Browning, Agent Fisk, Agent Carter. Agent Carter's wife is off screen but counts.
Yeah, the
Mom,
this crazy girl that survived
the one in the bed. And Carrie Ann jumps off screen. Oh, at least 8.
We're talking about the farmhouse, like where
There's
he
the
killed the
family.
priest
The camera.
and the mom.
Oh yeah, those are on
Yeah.
screen. So the mom, the priest, that's up to
Camera
10.
fan the house, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll look.
Probably
it up.
100.
If I had to guess,
you
maybe
didn't-
like
you didn't look it up?
1,000.
Nah.
Yeah, the host is supposed to
I'm
look
like-
it up
so
because it's a
like,
question.
I'm known
Right.
for being the one that does 95% of the homework. Charlie's known for being 10%. And Mike's known for doing all of the homework.
All right. So Longlegs, it says before the. Let me scroll down here.
10.
Talk amongst yourselves. This says a total of 48.
Nah.
That does not include
including
on.
all
He's
the-
one on screen.
That is victims before the film, 48. During the film, 10.
Okay.
It
10.
is Agent Fisk, the unnamed woman stabbed by an unknown man, the unnamed girl stabbed by an unknown man, another unnamed man commits suicide in an unknown manner, and then Longlegs, Carrie Ann camera, Agent Browning, Carter's wife Anna, Carter, and Lee's mother Ruth.
Yep. All right.
So
All right, I like it.
so 10.
Good
and
job.
then yeah,
All right.
48 if you count all of the cases.
It's
Apparently,
a lot. It's a lot. So, what are some before we do Hall of Fame? What are some
Gore
other
score?
movies that have? Yeah, we'll do that too.
Okay.
We'll do that too. What are some
I have
other
them in
movies
order on a
that
pencil.
give you the same vibes, the same feel as this movie? I'm gonna start. I'll say the movie Frailty with Bill Pullman, and I think it's Matthew McConaughey, where he's basically under the impression that he's been shown a vision of God and to kill these bad people or whatever. So the whole movie keeps you on the edge of your seat as far as like, is he crazy or is he really acting on God's behalf? It's a whole thing for me. I like that one. I'd pair that with this one.
I think Sinister,
Okay.
where you have like the
Right. The videotape or
the
whatever.
kid being under the influence of that ancient god or whatever. Am I in the right movie? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's it.
is the
One
one
with
with
them.
videotape, right?
Pazuzu. No, that's Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Sorry, but it starts with it's a weird name. That
There's an entity.
the sinister guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Okay.
it takes over one kid, and then that kid kills the whole family.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it films it.
The family that moved out of the house or moves into the house or something, right?
Something. Yeah. Yeah.
It's family that finds the tapes.
Right, that tape. Emily, you got one? I didn't prepare you for it.
No, you did. I think I've said it a couple times. 7. Like I think just there are certain things within it that are very 7
Straightforward, yeah.
adjacent, where it's
That was my thought process too.
7.
Yeah.
I was thinking Silence of the Lambs originally when at the beginning because of the rookie FBI agent kind of thing who is top of her class probably. And then I was also thinking like Smile, just the way the people change on a dime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was thinking Smile reminded me of Smile
No,
in
that's,
that way. But
It's a good one, yeah.
as far as Deals with the Devil goes, like Late Night with the Devil is a movie we did on this pod. So
Angel Heart. Where
Yeah.
there's
I feel
there's a
like
whole big.
There's a
Charlie's
big
gonna
deal
pick
with the
Angel
devil.
Heart.
I mean, it touches. I mean, it's a really good movie.
It is, yeah. It's really good.
All right. Gore score. How do we feel about this one? Scale of 1 to 10. Emily, you've listened to the podcast before. We've had some 10s like Terrifier and Martyrs, and I think Planet Terror might have got up to 10 too, right?
Planet Terror, we gave it 10.
Right.
Dog Soldiers, we gave it 10. I think we stopped Martyrs at 9.5.
Oh, we ended
Because
up
the
on a 9.
flaying was a suit.
It was a
obviously.
suit.
Right,
Yeah,
it
it was
was
just a muzzle suit they were wearing. I'm going to put this one kind of towards the middle. We see some decomposing bodies. We see Nick Cage smash his head on the table. We see lots of gunshot splatter type thing. So, I mean, 4.
That's what 4. Yeah.
4? Oh, that makes it higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're describing a 5, 6.
A 7, 8.
You're just grabbing a 5. I like that. I like that.
I said 8.
Okay. It's your
Well, and I going back to the Planet Terror pod. I think Sarah was a little lower than a 10, and Apollo joined us on that pod and didn't have it as high either because the gore was like a cartoonish amount of gore, like a 9mm bullet went through and like a half a gallon of blood splatters out, right? So this, when we're talking about like true crime nature stuff, the montage of the clips of like the crime scenes with like the blood and the missing, I mean, the heads blown apart and just like blood splatter on the wall and the bullets and just an axe into somebody and just like, it's true crime. It hits home a little different than just a cartoonish amount of blood or like zombies. And, you know, it hits differently, I think.
Right.
In that way. So that's why I went up to an 8 using that reasoning, because it feels more real. It feels more disturbing than a zombie getting their head blown off or
That's
something.
a good way to axe the question.
Wow.
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
I'm doing something right?
Right.
All right. You can talk me up to a 6.
Would you say? What about you, Emmy?
Oh, I think I'm going to go with Mike on this one where I feel it's a little higher. I think for what we see, the realism almost negates it for me. Like, I think the cartoony is where I would say I get more uncomfortable. I think with the realism, I don't know, something about the grounding of it makes it less uncomfortable sometimes. But I think just like the decomposing bodies, which are shown for like a good few seconds, the smashing your face in is crazy. I think just taking out all the gunshots, those two things alone put it up pretty high.
Axe through the back, axe through the
Yeah,
neck.
the axe violence. I think that takes it up. And also if you include the ARG, like Mike said, like all these pictures of the previous crime scenes, like if you, again, with the marketing, I'm so sorry, but they had a whole ARG, birthdaymurders.com, where you could see all of these.
I'm not doing that. That would mess up my cookies.
No, it was actually like very like grotesque. Like it was disturbing imagery on that site where you could see all the pictures from all the other cases that aren't shown in the movie. They actually set up pictures of all these cases. So I think that's what takes it up so high for me.
If you went there, you're on a list now.
Yeah.
Like 7.
Like, I mean, I love horror movies, but like, I don't like true crime, you know? I don't, and it's not that it's weird. Like my mom loves true crime, and I know a lot of people listen to all the podcasts on true crime and stuff, but like, I'll be like going through like their app on your phone. There's a little news widget that'll just have like headlines or
Can't
something.
call it that anymore, I don't think.
Widget?
Just kidding.
Whatever. Oh my God. And like sometimes they'll be like, one of the headlines is like, you know, like father kills, you know, 6 family members and then himself, just like something you'd see in Longlegs. And I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to see that. Or they'll be like, you know, 4-year-old boy found living alone for 1.5 years because parents left town. I'm like, fuck, like what? Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to know
So it's
that
not
this
that
stuff
you-
happens
it's not
for
that the
real.
stuff isn't affecting to you. It's just you don't want to talk about it.
Right.
I got you.
I'm like, and I'm just like, nope, don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that this stuff actually happens. But damn.
So what number do we land on?
I said I'd go up to a 6.
I'm at 8.
At most 5.
I'll go up to 8 as well.
I'm an 8.
Oh,
So what's
Okay,
that?
8 to 5.
So let's call it. Let's call it
7.
7. Let's call it 7.
7.5.
31 divided by 5.
Oh my God. You got your calculator. You got
7.
Your,
7.
you got your socks off.
What, 5?
I went up to a 6.
6 and
5.
5, so 11, 24, 35 divided by 5, 7.
7 it is.
7.
Someone may need to check that math. I don't think it's right.
Open the schools.
All right, real fast. Hall of Fame. Is there? We do have a director category. Is Osgood Perkins in the Hall of Fame yet? I think he's on his way.
I think he's one movie away.
I
Yeah.
like all 3 of his movies, yeah.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say not even. I wouldn't say 1 movie away. I wouldn't say 5 movies away. I think
What does he need to get in the Hall of Fame from you?
right now where he's at as a director, I think he has kind of the Nepo baby thing where he's been able to
Right.
get where he is.
Okay.
I think he has some voice. I think he has some style. I think they're both very unique to him. However, I don't think he executes them as well as he could and as polished as he could. And I know it's a hot take, But
Hot
I also
take.
think if you asked a
need the
lot
hot
of
take
people,
button.
they would agree.
Wait, did you see all three of them as well?
See Monkey yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
I
saw-
hadn't seen Keeper yet. I haven't
If
seen
you
that
see
one.
Keepers, your opinion's gonna change real quick.
I think
No, that's a
he's a
good-
wonderful director, but like if we're talking Hall of Fame level of influence on the genre, like voice in total, like I think there's plenty of other directors that do funny
That's
horror
fair. Okay.
and do it in a different way that was more groundbreaking.
Okay. So before we go too far, who are your no-brainers for the directors that are like unimpeachable? Like,
Oh gosh, I talked to Mary about this and I didn't write it down. I agreed with a lot. I'd have to
yeah, think about it.
I'd
and get
have
back
to go
us.
over it again because I think when I was listening to it originally, I was like, "What? That's ridiculous!
Okay.
Why not that person?" But I can't remember right
That's
now.
funny.
So the four that we put in originally into our Hall of Fame are John Carpenter from Halloween, The Fog, The Thing, Prince of Darkness, They Live. Wes Craven, Last House on the Left, Hills Has Eyes, Nightmare on Elm Street, some Scream movies, 1 and 4. Alfred Hitchcock for a number of them, probably the father, grandfather, great-grandfather of horror. And Sam Raimi for Evil Dead franchise, Drag Me to Hell, among other things.
I feel like there was one that my dad had brought up.
Romero.
Romero.
George A. Romero.
That's the one. Yeah, it was
will be the
Romero.
one.
Yeah,
He'll go in.
So you wanted Romero in?
yeah.
Oh,
be
I
in.
think that's just because you're his daughter, and you're like, why are you beating up on my dad?
Yeah.
He'll be in. Don't you worry.
Oh, he'll be in the next class. It's gotta
be
be.
in.
Gotta be.
Or Charlie leaves the show.
Or maybe he won't. Tune in to find
No.
out.
I do.
I'll start my own podcast. So guts, all glory, all gory.
So, yeah, I think the foundation, I think with these three that he's doing, if he keeps putting out, I think if he puts like out 2 more great ones or something, I think he's got a good case.
I mean, he's staying in the horror lane, right?
Right.
Like Sam Raimi jumped out a little bit to do some Marvel stuff, right?
Spider-Man and yeah.
But that didn't hurt him because he came back and he still did like Drag Me to Hell. I love is so
It's great.
good. But like if I mean Perkins is in this horror lane, if he stays in it with a couple more movies, he'll
Is
get it
Nick
in.
Cage, is Longlegs a killable? We're gonna call him a killable. So he's a mortal.
Yeah, he's a mortal.
antagonist on here.
I think
No, he has
I mean, it's a
barely any screen time.
super original character.
It is so original.
it's barely any screen time, but Hannibal Lecter had barely any screen
Right,
time too.
But he had a whole show.
But he had more movies.
Well, like before the show, we're talking. Like Annie
He
had
had more
lots of
movies.
Yeah,
I mean, his character lives on. And
Yeah, that's true.
Longlegs is one and done.
right. It's a very
I'd
like
say no. I mean, the class he'd get him in, it would have to be pretty thin.
it'd be a tough
pretty thin.
maybe like 6th class.
I don't know.
I think that's other than the prosthetic thing that I mentioned earlier. A problem I have with this movie. I love it dearly. I think it's a great movie. I just don't think that, like, even with its originality that is praiseworthy, none of anything it does is so stand out that it could be like top of anything.
Okay.
Like, I think it is like, if we're gonna do top 5 of any list, it's gonna be 6 to 8. Like, I think it's
see
really
what you're saying.
good, but like,
I think like for
not top of the class.
For 2024, I think it was in the top 5 horror movies. Probably, I'd have to look at the list again, and if we revisit, then we'll make sure to ask you on your thoughts on it, because we do the spin. Next year is 2022, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So we've landed on no. We're landed not even on short list right now. We're just all right. Protagonist.
No.
Mike is great, but not enough in my
we
opinion.
have Clarice
Harker-
Starling.
Harker's
Like,
brilliant, and they're like, yeah, Starling is the comparison, I guess. I mean, she solves this thing, and she has to do a tough thing to save a girl's life, and she has to
Shoot her mom in the head.
shoot her mom in the head. I mean, she's brilliant. I don't know, but
she's great, but
She had help from the devil, I think. I do think that from the very beginning, she's been manipulated to get on this case and then actually solve it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, all right. So we got director, we got antagonist or villain, protagonist. We said no. Any props?
The doll.
The doll's
the
great.
lead
The
doll
dolls are fun.
specifically, yeah.
The Lee doll in the little vest.
Yeah.
Or are we talking the one that's missing half its hair, the Carrie Ann one?
I was gonna say the Lee one.
The Lee
'cause
one.
The
Okay.
red vest is.
That looks like just an
you
American
know.
Girl doll kind of thing.
Yeah.
What about are there any ciphers, like any of the cards? Is the code
Yeah,
in
I think
itself
just long legs
recognizable?
letters, like the group of letters, or just like the board with everything pinned up.
Okay.
Just take that board and put it.
Yeah.
in the
Here's
whole thing.
here's the question: would you need long legs at the bottom of it to recognize what it was from? I would probably say I'd need it. I think
Probably.
because would I guess Zodiac first or something like that? Probably.
I feel like
I would think Zodiac.
Well,
Emily's
guys,
last
I
question.
feel like if you were on the Reddit back then, I feel like you would know that the alphabet is pretty cool and unique.
Oh no! Oh no! We have a redditor with us.
I think that I could recognize a long leg cipher without long legs anywhere near it, like just from the characters.
Yeah.
But I have a whole purse, so.
I have a whole purse. You're the only one with the whole purse. I don't know if Atticus saw the purse.
Huh?
She crocheted that herself so she does have a purse that says "Hail Satan" on it.
Yep.
It's really fun to walk
What's funny
around
is if
with.
people recognize them, they have ciphered it. Has anybody recognized it? Okay,
Not
good.
a single person has recognized it. The only compliments I get
They
are,
wanna-
wow, that's made really well. I think people assume it's satanic and they're concerned about it.
They're like they've got the second one dialed on their phone,
Yeah.
9-1, and they're like,
No, I
ready
don't want to touch it. No, that's okay.
What am I missing? That's it for stuff, right?
Props. Yeah. Let's see. You had. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need to do that one anymore. The other question I think you had were, did the ending stick the landing?
Oh,
Which I don't know if we talked about it enough. I was like, I had questions, but we talked about them. But I think the ending stuck the landing.
Yeah.
I think as fast as Justin explained the ending is how fast the ending happened. I think there's a difference between a rushed ending and an ending that just happens quickly. I think a critique that this movie gets is that it's a rush ending. I think it's just an ending that happens quickly.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It's a
Well put,
situational. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a Long Legs prequel, would you be into
Oh
that?
yeah. Would you want to know, like, would you want to see him as a glam rocker approached by the devil and maybe in on those first 8 kills or so before he picks up an accomplice? Would that be something you guys would watch?
I don't know. Maybe if it was like a short series, like a show, like It Will Come to Dairy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch that.
Would watch
As
it.
much as I love this whole thing, I wouldn't watch it. I think I don't trust a single person to do it good, like to do it well. I think it would be a fun little fanfic to read people's ideas about it,
Okay.
but I don't think it's necessary.
So you're not interested in who he was before he was...
I can tell who he was, like from the posters on his wall, his zebra bed sheets. I can tell from the way he has
All
his
T-Rex
hair,
references.
his plastic surgeries. Like you can tell if you're paying attention to the character, like who he was and kind of how he got here. Like, but I don't need to know why he's here. He's a doll maker for Satan. Like, that's all I need to know.
That's actually the title of my memoirs. Is Don't Make a
Yeah. A
The hidden
prequel
story.
A prequel would probably be like too religion heavy for me and not enough on like killing.
Right. It would almost be like
So I'm out.
Omen or
And Nicolas Cage, I think after this is like, I don't want to play serial killers anymore.
Right.
I don't want to get pigeonholed into that.
Oh, so
he's
what
like-
if it was someone else? Definitely
Well,
not.
so we won't get like a sequel with Nicolas Cage, is what it sounds like.
I would trust
It would have to be
Vince.
somebody else.
I would trust Vince Gilligan to do it.
Right. Okay.
That's it.
Are you watching Pluribus?
Not yet.
Oh,
We don't
it's
have
pretty
the
good.
money. We don't have Apple TV money here.
Funny.
I think a young Nick Cage could do it.
Oh, he would. Yeah.
Do a deep fake.
Nick Cage is out on playing serial killers unless somebody shows up with the minimum requirement for his rider.
Right. If they give
Here's
him
a check for
Or-
how much do you need?
Or a couple gold
Fine,
guns.
I'll do it.
Right, or a mummy of some sort, or
Yes.
like a fossil, like a dinosaur bone, he'll be like, "I'll do it."
Yep.
A pillow with his face
Castle
on it.
Dude,
in
that's-
New Jersey.
Everybody's heard the stories. Like he bought castles, like
Yeah.
defunct castles. He bought
Ours, isn't it?
an entire dinosaur. But Mongolia was basically like, you can't, like,
They
he
stole
lost
that.
it.
You have to give it back.
Yeah, you have to give it back. So like So much money is wasted on castles. He does these deep dives and he starts learning about castles. So he's like, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would
anyway,
totally do that.
Nicolas Cage could be a whole 3-hour episode, but we don't have that. Who is next?
That's me. I'm the
That's
next.
you?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Martyrs
next
2?
pick.
Is there a sequel to Martyrs?
Something crazy.
Martyrs is personal this time? Fucking bullshit.
Return him.
I thought we do have veto power now, though.
Do we?
Did you
Oh, yeah,
guys
we
make
did
a
say.
Threatened him with that.
Threatened
Like,
him,
okay, you got to clear all your movies through us first.
I've had a pick since Martyrs, just so you know.
It was death proof, so we didn't claw out yet.
Well,
And I only picked that because you stole Planet Terror
That's
from
true.
me. So
That's true.
I had to complete the double feature.
all right. What you
All
got?
right. So I'm going to pick a movie that I think was always overlooked as being horror. And the more that we've brought it up slightly on this podcast, the more it gets talked about. It is horror. It's jungle horror. It
Jumanji?
is Alien Invasion. It's a slasher like any other slasher.
Yep.
It's
I know what
Predator.
you're doing. Predator. Yes.
Predator, baby. 1987. Arnold. Get your best
Get to
Arnold
the
impressions.
Get to the job.
You have 1 week to get your best Arnold impression in line. All right.
Have it
No, I
on my
don't-
desk by Tuesday.
I don't need a week.
Can you imagine Arnold as Buffalo Bill?
Would you fuck me?
I
fuck you,
so
yeah.
hard. You don't know what kind of pain I can bring you.
Was she a big fat girl?
Precious. Precious.
Are you about a size 14?
I need your clothes, your boots, and the keys to your bike and your skin.
Oh, you're like mixing in.
Oh, I did
Terminator.
T2.
Okay, I got
Yep.
you. I thought we were just doing lines from the movie. We can do any Arnold movie.
No, that's the.
Who is your father and where does
He's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Save it for the pod, guys.
Oh, that's it. That's all of it.
Cut it. Put it in the can.
Yeah. Predator. Horror. If you don't think it's horror, watch it again.
It's horror.
It's horror, man. It is.
Yep.
Alien Invasion. It's just like any slasher movie.
Tommy gets their
Good
arm
stuff.
blasted off. Well,
Blood,
Spine pull out of the back.
I haven't seen Predator.
So good.
You have 1 week.
What it's like Dog Soldiers. It's very much like Dog Soldiers.
Yeah, the first 30 minutes of Dog Soldiers, I'm like, we're in a Predator movie.
Yeah.
Emily, do you know how to take us out of this thing or no? Should we make Mike take us home?
He usually does it.
He does it the best.
Yeah, let's give it to
Please-
Mike.
Well, before we give it to Mike, I want to say if you've listened to more than one of his episodes, maybe 2 or 3, make sure you click that follow button so that we appear on your automatic downloads. Tell your friends about us.
Do it now.
Do it now. Get to the podcast.
Put it in your Discord. Drop it on a Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, hey, these guys are wacky.
How come you
and
never said
funny.
stuff like that, Atticus? You're a young.
Yeah, you're
You're a young.
tell people how to find us.
Who uses Reddit?
That's
I
a
use Reddit.
Yeah, Emily's a
I use
millennial.
Reddit's where the real truth is.
I will not let this podcast end with my father besmirching my name by associating it with the millennial age group. I was born in 1997. That is the first year of Gen Z.
All right.
I will take that to the bank.
What did Isaac call you?
Technically-
Elder Gen Z?
Yes, that is what he called me. And I
Technically,
take
I'm
that
an
over
elder
millennial.
Yeah.
Elder millennial.
Yeah.
Well,
Reddit's good stuff. Reddit's where the truth is. Reddit's where if you want answers, you can find
That's for where some truths are.
there's a lot of hot
I,
takes
I
floating
don't know
around.
Discord. I'm sorry.
Discord
I
is
don't know
more
Discord.
used than Reddit. So
Well,
drop it in Discord, kids.
I downloaded it. And I don't know how to use it. So
Instagram.
I guess I'm old.
Yeah, get your grams in. Do some TikTokies.
TikTok.
Put it on your threads.
Put it on your face page and your smash face and your.
Yeah. And drop us some letters and make sure you reference which episode you're referring to because Mike thinks that everything is about martyrs.
You're not gonna let me live that one down.
Especially if you started with, I fucking hate this movie.
That was mine.
Well, no, that could be Dawn of the Dead, though.
Oh.
Oh, actually, we didn't ask Atticus, where does this fall in the movies that we've reviewed? Top half, bottom half?
Top half.
Top half.
Emily, you agree?
Yeah.
What's the worst one we've reviewed?
Wait, let me look real quick. You guys have done a lot. Let me look real quick.
This is our 26th movie.
Have you done The Conjuring yet?
No, we've not done the card. We did Insidious, and the audio is terrible.
I'm not a Conjuring fan.
I can't pull anything up.
That's all right.
I would say Dog Soldiers.
Oh, disowned by her own father. All right, Mike, wrap this up before we witness a Longlegs style incident here.
A family annihilation.
Well, Emily, thank you for joining us. It was a lot of fun having you and having your insight here and doing way more homework than your dad ever does. It was really great having you. Thank you so much. I think we said everything else about where to find us. Please follow us wherever you listen to your podcast so you don't miss episodes where we cover your favorite horror movies. And follow us on Instagram at allgutssogorypod. And let's see, that's about it. For Emily, Atticus, Charlie, Justin, I'm Mike. This was Longlegs. One word, Longlegs. It's not two words. And that's it. Andy, take us home.
This is the end, friend.